Hello and welcome back to Off the Beaten Quest. Thank you so much for joining us. We know there's a lot of D&D podcasts out there, but you chose this one, and we're so glad you did. And the good news for you is that this podcast comes pre-charged. Last we left our adventurers, they had just narrowly claimed victory over Thanatura, but a heavy cost at loss of one of their own. With some fleeting moral and some fleeting morale and lingering magic. Fleeting moral, God bless. They dragged themselves battered and broken back to their physical bodies, leaving the astral plane and waking up in the room where the echo passage ceremony had been performed. On them, they awoke, the room now empty of the acolytes, and Zephyrin had performed the ritual. The group noticed that Verity was waking up on the floor in the doorway in front of a trail of blood. But before we join our harrowing adventurers, I believe we need some context. So allow me to roll back the time a little bit. We venture back to the point where our group now laying in silence as the humming of the ritual continues on Zephyrin. His acolytes now in heavy arcane focus. Some time has passed as they lay kind of adrift in the astral plane, and the room is quiet with the hums from the acolytes. Verity, laying on on one of the chairs, begins to stir. Her body begins to twitch, and then all of a sudden, her eyes shoot open. Fully blackened, no pupils whatsoever, her body shoots up and looks around. Cole sits laying beside Jax. His ears begin to twitch, hearing some noise in the room, aside from the low hums of the trance that the acolytes are in. Some of the acolytes begin to break their concentration, noticing Verity that is now standing beside where she was laying before. Her head now scanning around the room slowly, and her hand reaching down to the daggers at her side. Cole perks up and looks onward at Verity, slowly crossing the room towards Zephyrin. He's not breaking his concentration, but some of the other acolytes are, and they begin to kind of continuously break their concentration on the ritual. Cole hops down and quickly scurries over to where Ira is laying and climbs up to her side where her box is and lifts the lid. And he whispers in the box, "Hey, Feathers, we got some trouble out here. I think I'm going to need you to do some backup." Mom told me to stay in here where it was safe." "Well, now's not the time to play safe. You want to be an adventurer, right?" Yeah. "Then now's the time to put your muscle where your fluff is." Cole steps back as Oyer kind of hops out of the box and sits next to Cole, and he points over to Verity. Oyer turns and looks over, Verity now trying to take swipes at the different acolytes in the room. Some of them move to kind of run out of this chamber that you guys are all in, and Cole kind of looks at Oyer and kind of makes some hand signals and some points. And sorry, I lost my place. The two kind of split up, and they move around the room. Verity fully gets across the room where Zephyrin is, and she raises the dagger and goes for a swipe. An acolyte steps in the way, and kind of using her arm to block, and it slices the arm, creating kind of a massive gash. And Cole yells, "Now!" And from the air swooping down, let me roll for this. By the way, whose phone's on the floor?
That's mine. I threw it on the floor, tried to get out of the way, and I threw it.
And it's going to be with advantage since this is a surprise. What's your AC again?
17.
17. So it's a 17, so it just hits.
Yes.
So swooping down, Oyer uses his talons attacks on Verity, this version of Verity. And then you see Cole kind of coming up from the side, and he kind of does one of these like kicks to the side of Verity's leg. And that's again going to be with advantage because of surprise. So that's a 22 to hit, so Cole's hit. So they both do damage on Verity. One of the acolytes that kind of had their arm slashed grabs Zephyrin from under the arms and kind of slides him out of the room, leaving the trail of blood as they drag him out of the room. She turns to the two animals now standing side by side, standing in like the center of the room, looking at this like evil Verity possessed version or whatever. She raises a dagger again to lunge at them. Cole turns to Oyer and nods his head, and the two take flight in opposite directions. They kind of start flying around the room fast, and she kind of very struggling to keep an eye on them. I need you to roll for perception for me for this, please.
Where's my worst dice? That would be a 27.
27.
Where was that last week? I don't know.
So you're able to. So this Verity is able to keep their eyes and like they see. So she's like, kind of like focusing on Cole, and Cole yells again, "No, Feathers!" And Cole stops in the center of the room and kind of waves at like Verity, kind of like sticking his tongue out and kind of like making a face. And you see, then all of a sudden, Oyer kind of swoops in once more and does his hopping kick ability, and it hits her in the side. And again, this is with surprise, so 21 to hit, and it knocks her 5 feet backwards so that she's like in the doorway of the room. And this is when, if you remember, where you all are, the Shadow Verity disappears. And Verity drops unconscious.
He has abilities?
I made a whole character, a little stat block for him.
Oh, yay!
I didn't want to ruin the surprise. So now with Verity unconscious... with Verity unconscious in the doorway of the room in front of the trail of blood, Cole and Oyer kind of land next to each other, and Cole kind of says... They kind of high-five each other with their paws, and Cole says, "Nice job, Feathers. So you got some fight in you." "Thanks. I'm just glad it's over, and our people are safe. And they'll stay that way thanks to us. Now, hurry off back before they wake up.
Well,
Last thing I need is an earful from your mom for letting you out." And they kind of go back over to where Ira is, and Oyer hops back up over to Ira, and Cole flies over and kind of lifts the lid of the box, and Oyer says, "She's really nice once you get to know her." "Oh, I know. That's why my guy's sweet on her. I'm sure she'll grow on me, but we'll see you soon, Feathers." And he kind of like, Oyer kind of hops in the box, and Cole shuts the lid and scurries off over to Jax and kind of lays back down. Now we rejoin our adventurers, where we last left them, all now waking up from their respective places, now all noticing that the room is empty, and Verity coming to in the doorway of the room with a trail of blood behind her. What do you do?
I don't know where I am.
Oh, yeah, I know you don't.
You're with us. You're with us. You're
But
laying
she
next to
didn't
us.
know. The last thing she knew,
Oh,
she was on a ship
you
before
say
she passed
that.
out. Yeah.
Oh.
We are in Luare. And if your question is Luare, that is also valid.
Of course.
Oh.
This place is...
Dawn has 6 HP. That tracks.
Dawn has literally... Yeah.
Do I have like
6
a
HP
level
and
of
a dream.
exhaustion for being a god?
Technically, you were unconscious the whole time.
Okay.
And
Your
you
soul might.
reincarnated, so...
Okay. Does that mean a long rest? No.
So basically, you went ice cold on the ship. We got off in Bogmarsh, got some horses, and sprinted here.
What is this place?
Honestly, I don't remember. We were kind of focused on making sure you didn't die.
Yeah, we basically accepted help from the first person who would take us in.
Yeah.
I'm like looking around to like take stock of where our party members are.
I don't think for Ira, it is real that Lukiel is dead. I think part of her was holding out hope that, like, when we came back, that he would just
Come back.
This is the Veilbound Observatory, by the way. So for all of you that don't remember the name of it,
I know
'cause
that.
It's been 2 or 3 sessions ago. Yeah.
Ira doesn't know that.
And Jax is like kind of getting up from the the lounge chairs, essentially what you guys are all like laying in, and just like stretching. And
Where are we in lounge chair order?
essentially, it's like I think it's like Jax, Ura, Dawn, Lukiel, Verity, Dawn, Elliana, Lukiel, or Verity, Lukiel. But Verity typically would have been there, but she's
Yeah,
now
but
over here.
Mhm.
In the,
Verity is very much dazed and just out of it.
Are you conscious?
yeah, you're conscious.
Okay.
You have these like small like scrapes and cuts and stuff like that on you that you didn't remember having before. There is blood on one of the daggers that are now on the floor next to you as well. Like they're not like attached to where they usually were.
Does anyone else's like weapons or body look like very
Shit.
because we were in a battle, but like I don't know if it like went to our personal form, like our.
Nope.
Okay.
Everybody's body is completely fine.
Did I get my javelin? Did it just come back?
Yeah, because it would have been a sleeper javelin.
Like a simulation.
Yeah.
Fucking like a sleeper agent. The sleeper
Yeah,
javelin.
a sleeper
the
javelin.
sleeper javelin. But yeah, no, all your guys' equipment is there.
Okay, we're all normal.
The only person
Okay.
that seems to, I guess, it be affected is Verity for whatever reason.
Dawn is like completely dazed. Like her whole body just feels like 1,000,000 pounds. Her chest feels like just a stone inside of her, and she turns on her side where Elliana would be, and she's like looking at Elliana, and then looks past Elliana to see that Verity isn't there.
Mhm.
Looks around the room, sees that she's in the doorway, and then looks over and just like is staring at Lukiel. And I'm pink, but if I could turn paler pink, Dawn probably would.
Yeah.
It's almost like she's sickly.
And the glow, very much like kind of similar to when you saw it in the astral plane, the glow of the wings is no longer there.
Mhm.
You had wrapped the wings around him in the astral plane, but he's just laying the way he was when you guys
Yeah.
left.
I mean, I'm gonna get up and I like deep down Eliana knows, but she's going to feel for like a pulse on Lukiel's like physical body.
Okay, make a medicine check.
That is a 12 plus 8, dirty 20.
Okay, the body feels cold to the touch,
Mm.
and no pulse. I feel like that to be specific.
So, this is real.
Is he really gone? Like gone?
From what I can tell,
So, Dawn like slowly like gets up and then walks over to Verity. And she reaches out a hand and she's like, "You good?"
I'm not quite sure. Between us being dead a few moments ago, and I'm pretty sure I might have done something here while we were there. And she kind of looks at the trail of blood going out the door.
And you see the trail of blood does go from like a point in the room out the door.
Last thing Dawn does, goes over to Elliana and just like, Dawn looks just defeated as fuck. Like her shoulders are like slumped. Her arms are heavy. She goes over to Elliana and she just gives you a huge embrace. And it's almost like the last 6 hit points Dawn has, she gives into this hug. And she like pulls you in close and she like puts her head next to your head and she's like, "Thank you for bringing me back."
yeah. He hugs you back. really like tighter than you would think. She looks really weak, but like there's a strength behind it.
Do your arms
Yeah.
reach all the way around Dawn? Or is it too big?
No, they do not.
I mean, she's 8 feet tall, not 8 feet wide.
She's 8 feet thick.
Yeah, she's 8 feet thick. Yeah, but she's also little.
Yeah, that's true.
For cuteness sake, let's just say she doesn't.
Okay. Yeah.
And then Dawn like lets you go and like puts you down. And Dawn like breathes like.
I've never had to make a choice like that before. It feels kind of wrong that I had that power.
You were a god for a minute.
Yeah, that was a lot. I don't know how they do it. I don't know why anyone would want to be a god. That's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah. You look good, though. You know, really tall.
Yeah.
Cool look on you. You know, from one tall to someone not so tall.
Yeah. I'm gonna look over to Verity. Like, do you need I'm gonna throw a little bit of a cure wounds at you.
Okay.
Let me see. Actually, I don't have cure wounds. I have healing word. Let me. I have my dice.
At least they're not on the ground.
That's what I was gonna say.
Guys, I'm gonna go. I gotta go.
One point
How many
of
times did
healing.
we make that joke last time?
That is 8 points of healing to you.
Nice.
Before the scratch marks go away,
Mhm.
did they just look like hand-to-hand combat? Just like someone just like took a swipe at her face? Like,
So they look like she was in a fight.
okay. So what happened? I don't have anything, right?
I don't know.
Like,
Dawn does a little spin. I don't have any.
where did because Ira saw Shadow Verity
Go
bamf
away.
off,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You saw her defeated, so to speak.
So, do we know where he went?
Roll
no.
for.
To see if Verity would click in her mind. I did technically tell him to control my body while we were in that fight. Maybe that's...
You told him to do what?
It was really stupid.
So she killed more people. That's Jack.
I thought I heard the voices. That's why. Sorry.
Oh no.
She's yeah, we're all like whispering into our mic like
No, I thought the voices were happening, and that's why I was like,
Happening now.
The voices.
For a second.
The voices.
They weren't.
Anyway.
Great. Okay.
It's because I can't control anything you do, so my only option, therefore, is to mock you.
I'll admit it was a really stupid mistake. A lot was happening. I was very overwhelmed.
I mean,
So
to be fair, my god kind of took over my body, so you wouldn't be the only one taken over by a god, kind of. You're kind of a god. Yeah.
Patron.
Yeah.
thing.
A god wannabe.
Yeah.
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 Here we go. Let's piss him off. Let's bring him back. Let's call him a god wannabe. That's a great idea.
Splendid.
You should try and say his name and we
Don't
can
let your
see if
power
he's
go to
still
your
here.
head, Elliana.
Well, he's not.
What are we going to do about this?
Well, I don't know.
Should we?
Ira's in a headspace of like,
If-
Millie, Sel, Aurelia, everyone that she's traveled with up until this point, except for Cindy, has all died. She doesn't know what happened to Roman, but she's just assuming He's dead. Because he wasn't doing well when he bamfed out, so her assumption is he's probably not okay. So she's like, just someone else deal with this, because I don't have the spoons for it.
I don't know what you mean by spoons, but
It's at this point that Zephyrin and one of the acolytes comes into the room. And he says, "Oh, yes, you're back." And they kind of are giving you a weird look.
Ira's gonna
Do we
kind of
pick up on
take
that?
Verity and like kind of usher you behind her.
She will hide behind you.
So if they do something,
What happened while we were out?
Well, your friend, had awoken amidst the, ceremony and began to attack everyone, but thankfully, and she, like, pauses for a second, and, give me a perception check. You guys can make it as a group if you'd like.
Shut up.
14.
She just laughed at my dice, DM.
14.
21.
21.
What was your dice roll?
13 plus 8.
So 13 plus 8, okay.
6 plus 8.
6 plus 8,
oh, it's a 23 for a 15 plus 1 plus 7.
15 plus 1 plus 7,
8.
8.
3
What?
plus 5.
Oh.
Why are we telling you this?
Because it's a high DC and I need to know
Oh.
what you rolled.
Yeah.
So none of you clock this because none of you hit the number.
We're tired.
But
We're
the,
really tired.
But the acolyte like looks at Cole on Jax's shoulder, and Cole
Oh,
just
he's not making a scene?
no. Cole just goes.
Cole?
And the acolyte says she was not successful. And she looks kind of like sort of confused, but other than that, like that's all that she says.
That's the most unlikely thing on this entire fantasy RPG game, is that Cole would not make a scene about being the hero.
Because he doesn't want to get caught for he doesn't want to get caught for taking Oyer out of the box. Remember?
Oh. He doesn't want to get
That's
trouble.
hysterical, because Ira would not react the way that Cole thinks she would react.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that.
He does not know that.
It's like when he kicked that freaking kobold's ass, dude.
Yeah. Does Cole have a stat block now too?
Yes, they both have stat blocks.
Yes.
Cole, the unlikely hero of the entire events.
the entire. But so Zephyrin kind of looks and sees that Lukiel's the only one that hasn't really like moved out of all of you. And he says, "Did one of you not make it back?"
We have lost a friend.
I see. And he kind of goes over and is like kind of is inspecting the body, so to speak.
Do I clock like his attire in connection to Flossidus?
Give me history, religion check.
Okay.
Guidance?
That's a 5. I rolled a 2 plus 3.
You tired.
He says, wow, they have really nice
tired.
clothes
I'm
on."
tired. I
I would say, yeah, given everything that you've just been through, as well as you're still learning about your own
True.
religion
Yeah.
and Circle of the Stars, that you get the sense that like he's wearing things that like look like stars
Starry.
and starry, and it's
Yeah.
in like the whole room around you. From what the description was before, and I can always definitely go through it again.
She wouldn't know this.
Yeah, she would. So you wouldn't know. So you're looking around and you're seeing that they're like you're in a small alcove of what looks like a much larger, like kind of like building. There's like some floating crystal prisms that kind of are like kind of humming. There is, there's like a lot of like stars and different like things kind of in tapestries of different astral projections and things that are kind of tethered to a lot of like the stars and the worship of the stars and the astral sea and all that kind of stuff. There's like a elaborate array of like suspended brass rings that are kind of slowly spinning around this central pillar of like shimmering, ever shifting like mist. They are, from what it looks like, it almost looks like the rings of kind of like the planular existences that kind of exists within this realm, or this universe, I should say. And so you're getting the sense that you are in something that is relative to your worship and your kind of and everything like that, but
But I
nothing that-
haven't. Yeah, Elliana doesn't know a lot of like the pantheons. So
Yeah.
she probably like can't pinpoint. Like be like, I'm sure of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
What time of day is it? Since we've
You cannot tell from where you are inside.
Gotcha.
7 weeks have passed.
You're now a year older.
question.
Yeah.
What color were my eyes?
And he like looks over at the acolyte, and the acolyte says, they were very black, like fully.
Did they
black.
look like this?
No, not at all.
Patron. I am. Do I see the wound on the acolyte?
This isn't the acolyte that was wounded.
Okay.
No, so this is one of the others that were with him.
The acolyte was like, I'm not fucking going back in
I'm
that
not going
room.
in there. Yeah. But like the other acolytes like saw like a kind of the commotion as it was happening. So they saw that like Cole and Oyer were like these two animals were like essentially like doing something. Stella is also awake, by the way, at this point in time.
I was
too.
wondering,
She is
she's
kind
in her
of-
fox form.
Yeah, she's in the fox form.
I'm sorry for whatever I did. I was not in control. I'm so sorry.
It's easy to be expected from somebody who's in the situation that you're in. I've seen others like you in the past.
I'm sorry, what?
We've dealt with folks who have pacts and things with things that are of other worlds. But to speak more to your friend, because he's still standing by Lukiel.
Mhm.
Do you know him well?
We've traveled with him for a while.
Because this does not, if I'm seeing his aura and connection to the astral right, that it does not look like this is the first time he has passed. If that makes any sense.
If that's the case, that was before us.
And I guess by the looks of it, it does not look like it'll be the last either. Curious.
Did he stop at a tavern on the way to the afterlife? Could be what's taking so long.
I'm afraid I don't understand that joke.
He loved food. He loved food.
Okay, it wasn't for you, sir. Your Majesty. It was the start of the grieving process.
Yes.
I don't know if you are aware, but well, we were in the wherever we were.
The astral plane.
Okay. My goddess, Flossidus, she was able to bring one of us back, but not him. So I figured,
So it is true. Flossidus has returned.
you know about.
And he kind of like looks,
Okay.
like gestures around.
I
and
didn't
says,
want to
"Of course."
assume.
But of course. But as I've told your friends before, that she's not been seen for some time.
She was seen about 5 minutes ago. She's doing great.
And he like looks at the acolyte, and he kind of like nods, and the acolyte kind of runs out of the room, essentially, kind of like to go like make a note of it or something, or tell the
She
people.
was
Ring the bells.
Ring the bells! light,
Flossidus has returned!
light the torches of Gondor!
she was kind of trapped by another god who was trying to siphon her power. But that god is, as far as I know, no more.
Interesting. It's a miracle you all made it back alive, I suppose. But
Well,
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 aside from yes,
Sorry, spoke a little too soon.
I mean, there might be a chance to bring him back.
and he kind of like looks back and says, "I'm afraid not." From what I can tell, and given the odd nature of the connection to this person's soul, it essentially has already. And he's like confused. He looks very confused. Has it begun the reincarnation process? I suppose.
oh,
But nevertheless, your friend is not coming back, unfortunately.
okay. I mean, I suppose it's good that his soul is still. I mean, it's not lost to the void. It's
In
finding new life
your
somewhere.
friend, based on his wings, is he of an Asima descendancy?
Yes.
I didn't. I would like to note that I didn't have the words for that, but I did know that. So just noting.
Interesting. Okay.
Do they have like a specific process after death that happens?
Not particularly, but it's just very curious that in death there seems to be a tether from his soul aura kind of connecting to something in the distant future, which doesn't normally happen. Usually once the thread's cut, it ends. This seems to be connected to something else, which is why it's still very faint. And he kind of like gestures of where like the line potentially would be coming off of him. But
Does Ira connect the dots of the story she was told by her father before they left Portimar?
give me a history check.
Not you.
Please, 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 this is so important. Guidance. I don't know this is happening.
Do you have a D6 or a 4? Because I only have 4.
I can't guide you.
You said what? History?
History, yeah.
Good vibes. 19.
Okay.
19. You gather that because of his descendancy that you know of, like with the diary that you've read from Luki, the Lucio Oliver the First, all these different things. From what it sounds like he's saying, is that this Lukiel was a reincarnation of the old Lukiel.
I have the audio going through my mind right now. Be nice. I'm finding it. Because her question that she wants to ask is, how can one be a war hero in one reincarnation and then just absolutely obsessed with food in the next?
I mean, what did he know of his past? His childhood, growing up?
Do I know where the journal is?
Like on his personage.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to make an investigation check to kind of like to see.
19 plus 4.
So you look
23.
through his his effects, like kind of like things that are on his person. Journal's gone.
He had a journal. It's not here. Well,
Dawn is like looking around the room,
what do
like
we do?
looking at everybody, being like, "Could he be in here right now?" She's like trying to like look at the eyes of everybody, and was like, "Did he just like
I don't
move into somebody
know.
else?"
What is Jax's demeanor? Is he just cold and distant at the moment?
He's kind of like, it's like one of those things where if you've ever gone to like the store with your parents as a kid, and he's just like sitting on a chair, just waiting to fucking leave. He's kind of just like sitting on the like while you all are just talking. He kind of sat back down and is just kind of like hunched over, like fingers interlaced, just kind of like, yep, okay, let's fucking move on when we can. Kind of
Ira,
vibe.
he's lost both his bros.
Also, in my head, these are
And
all,
his
have
sister.
been lawn chairs, and so in my head, he
God damn
sat
it.
on the end of the lawn chair,
Lounge
and then like,
chairs.
then like accidentally tipped it.
Because Ira doesn't know where this is going to go next and how quickly everything is about to move, since we know that Lucio cannot come back, she's going to get Alyer out of the box because she exists in the mindset of this is easier to explain if he just kind of figures it out himself. So,
Talking about Jax or Oyer?
Alyer.
Of,
She
like,
doesn't want to explain death to her baby.
Yeah. Because he's an animal, so the concept is he will see this, he will understand.
okay.
I got 4 first level spell slots. If I got to talk to him, I can talk to him.
Okay.
Hate everything about the way you said. Okay.
Hey.
I said okay. The O
Sure.
beat it off, but
So yeah, all yours out of the box.
okay.
Did any of the
Okay.
did any of the acolytes or anything react to him?
So Zephyr's the other one in the room now. The
Okay.
acolyte that came in with him kind of ran off to the
Okay.
rest of the observatory. Yeah.
Can I speak with animals?
Okay.
I have an update for you.
Okay. I see Elliana's back.
Yeah, but we lost Lucio.
Oh. Okay.
So I don't know what's going to happen next, but I wanted to give you a chance to say goodbye if you wanted to. So
And he kind of like does like one of like this paw like kind of over his face. And he's like, I didn't really know him that well.
I know.
You only take me out every so often. So.
He was out the entire time on the boat.
He was.
He was out the entire time in Bevel. He was out the entire time Bountifolia. The only time he was in the box was when we were on the freaking horses, guys.
I fucking love this bit though. It's so good.
Like we're not sure if like Ira's actually like really good mother or like lightly mother
Oh.
The
Gothel.
fucking clip of Brittany and she's like, he gets fed once a day.
It's a thin line.
But yeah, that's his response.
Okay.
Know him that well.
Oh, she's gonna leave him out. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Since he's always put away.
Yeah, to prove really.
You want to be out so bad? You want to see what the real world is like?
Do I know as Elliana about Lucille's thing? Because you told us about your story,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. She essentially recanted the.
I don't think Verity does not know about it.
No.
Verity has no idea about the story.
Yeah, because she wouldn't have done it because she wasn't even with anybody.
Mhm.
I think Dawn and Verity both wouldn't know. You had told Eliana.
Because Dawn wasn't in
Jax,
Portamar, yeah, so
Roman,
Dawn doesn't
What
know.
was-
The only ones here are going to be Jax and Elliana that know.
Yeah.
What was retold outside the library in Bevel, though?
Not this.
It wasn't-
this?
This is
Okay.
talking about essentially what happened to the Empire of Mar.
Yeah, the
Oh,
fall
okay.
of Mar.
The story that her dad had told her.
Gotcha.
Technically, Ira didn't hear because she fell asleep. She was being a brat. She was freaking exhausted.
So
But Jax heard it.
Jax told her to tell
Yeah.
everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good looking out, babe.
Wow.
I mean, we had to get it out somehow.
Yes. I'm gonna turn to like the one who looks like the main priest, Like,
There's
Zephyr.
only one person in the room.
There's only one other person.
oh,
in the
I
room.
thought there was
Yeah,
another acolyte. Okay,
I
The
love that
acolyte- the
this is
acolyte-
like
the
the third
acolyte
time.
left.
They're like, do all of the acolytes respond? He's like,
Just one guy.
literally like the third time.
Trust me, I pay attention sometimes.
No, it was just great.
The acolyte that was with him that entered
Yeah.
left because you had mentioned that Flossus was back. And
Yeah, I know, no, repeat
yeah,
it.
You're so
Repeat it
right.
some
You're
more,
so
for sure.
right.
Yeah.
You're so right.
the fourth time for emphasis,
You're
guys. This is
so
great.
true.
The rule of threes.
We're like, but where did he go exactly?
Yeah, where
Like,
did he go?
We are such attention whores. We're like, all of the acolytes have come to see us.
I'm going to turn to the priest and I'm going to say, I think we might have some pertinent business that we have to look to, but I would like to get to know more about Flossidus. And also, I'm not sure how funeral rites work, if you guys provide any kind of services for that.
Unfortunately, we do not, but the Sanctum of the Final Dawn in the city does.
Oh, that feels messed up. I thought it was sweet.
Oh, good.
Because, you know, his wings were like light in the dawn.
Yeah, not everything's about you,
It
Dawn.
felt like the final choice. You know what I mean?
Oh, bless.
It's like the final countdown.
Yeah.
And he kind of like, you see him like kind of like wave, and now another acolyte comes in the room.
Hey, what's up? Welcome in.
And
Where you been, dude?
and he says, escort them to the Sanctum of the Final Dawn in the city. And the acolyte kind of nods. Says, yeah,
How does Nikhil get there?
we
Dawn?
can get there whenever, we can go whenever you're ready.
I
And this
can't.
is the acolyte saying that.
Oh, I don't have wild shapes left, though, do I?
Does Dawn carry him? Can Dawn
And-
carry him?
And as like everybody's kind of like looking around, like, oh, well, how do we move Lukiel? Jack stands up and says, "Somebody just fucking pick him up. Let's go."
Dawn like shuffles her feet.
And Jack's like the first one to like walk out of the room.
I mean, Bear can't do that.
He's not taking this.
Dawn
I don't blame him.
wraps him in his wings and picks him up over the threshold.
Okay. And so the acolyte kind of
Yeah.
nods and escorts you all and kind of like leads the way to like out of the Veilbound Observatory and into the
Ira's gonna catch up to Jax and make him wait until Dawn passes by
Okay.
to be like behind.
Okay.
Order of procession for her is important.
It would be princess. She's not a princess. You called her a princess in an episode, and I really wanted to clip it.
You can. It's fine.
Fuck yeah.
So
Verity,
go ahead.
Verity will take the rear.
So essentially, he's escorting you through Luer. It's kind of closer to nighttime now. It's like in the evening. But the acolyte is kind of escorting you through this town. It's kind of starting to wind down. There are some people in the streets and things. But he brings you to this the Sanctum of the Final Dawn. Once you get there, it's essentially this place. It looks like almost like pristine. It's like a lot of like white marble, very like out of. It almost seems like out of place in a way, but it's not. It seems very like it's like an uncommon considering most like common burial sites or funeral homes, things like that. It stands atop of like a gentle kind of risen part of the edge of Luer where there's kind of like mists from nearby marshes kind of drifting over it that kind of like make some veils over like the white stone steps that kind of lead to the entrance. The building itself is carved from pale limestone, almost luminous in this kind of like sunsetting sun. There's a lot of inlays of gold and silver kind of forming intricate celestial and floral patterns kind of along the archways of this building. There are 4 towering statues that stand as like silent sentinels at each corner of the sanctum, each depicting a different deity associated with fate, life, death, and rebirth. Their hands are outstretched, some in welcome, others in quiet benediction. Over the grand entrance is an eternal flame that kind of burns like it's an open brazier. It's silver blue light flickering in an unnatural kind of steadiness. And the acolyte kind of mentions that it's burning like that to symbolize the guiding presence of divine forces. The pathway leading into the sanctum is lined with carved marble pillars, each inscribed with the names of those who have passed and been honored within. There's tiny bell-like chimes that are kind of hanging from the eaves of the building, and they're gentle, kind of like the breeze kind of blows that kind of... And the acolyte explains that it's said to that the whispers of spirits passing into the beyond is kind of what the tones and stuff are. Upon entering, you see this vast open chamber, suffused with soft golden light from enchanted lanterns set into alcoves along the walls. The air carries a faint scent of sacred oils and fresh lotus petals. The floors are smooth, polished marble with heavy amounts of swirling veins of silver, giving the illusions of like flowing water amidst the marble. At the center of the hall is a raised circular dais, holds a large bowl of ever-burning incense. The fragrant smoke kind of drifting upward towards an open dome. The ceiling above is an ever-shifting mosaic of stars and constellations, subtly changing with the celestial cycles of the universe. A reminder that all things in the acolyte explains that it's a reminder that all things move in an eternal pattern. There are some like mourners and visitors that are kind of off, like kind of having their own things like with candles and memorials and stuff. Your approach as you walk in, because your approach as you walk in by it's a woman that kind of like that is wearing like kind of like ceremonial kind of robes, pale complexion. She has like silver woven hair, intricate kind of braids that are like adorned with like different charms. Her golden eyes are kind of kind yet knowing. She speaks to you and says, hello, what can I do for you? And the acolyte says, and he kind of like bows, doesn't really say anything. He just kind of bows and kind of at her and kind of like gestures to kind of like leave you guys to it, and kind of steps out of the room. She looks for a moment at the person you're carrying and is not unfamiliar with the sight of death, and so without you needing you to answer, says, I understand. She says, do you need me to help you with the passing of your friend?
Dawn nods her head.
So, the process is, when the time comes, we're going to take the body and place it on an altar. After we prepare it, we're going to bring it to the Chamber of Transcendence first. We are going to gently wash the body with perfumed waters, put him in ceremonial robes according to whichever faith he adheres to, and
the god of dreams, I think is what he said.
He said
Okay.
the name Morpheus a few times.
Morpheum. Okay.
Yeah, that too.
Okay. And you see a few of these. They are kind of like, there's a couple of like they almost look like the same, similar to kind of the like followers that would adhere to like these things. Like they're in these like dark gray kind of veils. And she introduces herself and she says, "My name is Mother Severina Hollowweave. My veil bearers will take your friend to prepare him for his passage on." And you see like a couple of people in these like dark gray veils. They're silent. They kind of have these like robes on them, and they kind of come up to you holding Lukiel, Dawn. their presence isn't really eerie. It's more comforting, which is odd, given that they like kind of have their faces covered and they kind of like have their arms like outstretched to you.
Should we collect any of his belongings before the end?
And Sabrina says, "Yes, of course. If there's anything that you need as his effects for your own memoriam, by all means."
At least get the music and the loot.
Would it be wrong of me to ask for 3 feathers?
I don't think so.
Great.
I will make sure to have those for you before. So you go through and you look through his different things.
Ira is also curious to know if he had any healing potions, any gold.
Character side, player side, it's like, what did he got?
What has he got in his inventory?
So
Yeah.
fucked up,
Is
but
the-
it's like, wow.
Is the cheese still in the
he's
backpack?
gonna
the
use it.
fucking
Does he still have
cheese.
the
Is the
cheese?
cheese wheel still in the backpack?
I
get
honestly
a
don't
cheese
remember
wheel.
what
It was a
he
cheese
took
wedge.
notes
I don't
for
think it's a whole
his.
It's okay.
It's blue cheese
If
now.
he put it in his notes or in his inventory, to be quite candid about the cheese. You are able to find a potion of greater healing in his inventory. He has a basic fishing equipment.
Fuck yeah.
He has a charlatan's
Go
die.
fishing.
He has only 1 day's worth of rations left.
He did keep track of the rations really well.
He
I will
did,
say.
he
Yeah.
did.
And other than like his like short sword, long sword, the lute and the piece of music are gone.
Ira's gonna take the bow. Because she
Okay.
gave him the bow. I don't know who gets the potion. Ira would like to take the charlatan's die and give it to Jax.
The what?
Okay.
It's like a trickster die.
Oh, cute.
Cindy has one.
Mm-hmm.
That checks out.
I'll take the fishing equipment.
Okay. Just make sure you're adding
Yeah.
these to your inventories.
Oh, I don't have to get the... I would like the potion of greater healing. But I don't have to get it.
You don't hear any protests from the group, it sounds like. So
Yeah, just make sure you put it in these things in your inventory as
I feel like for the 2 people that managed to stay alive most of the time should probably put that in their inventory. As opposed to the ones who are doing the damage or taking said damage.
You got any gold? I feel like
How
such a
much
bad
gold?
person right now. I feel like such a terrible
Scraps,
person.
like bulges.
I mean, what are we gonna do? Like put
he
it on
has-
his eyes like Grecians? Like no.
He has 282 gold, 7 silver, and 9
I'm
copper.
glad I asked. Everyone's like looking at each other.
We should probably donate a little bit of that to the
Yeah, for the
Temple.
ceremonial and
Yeah.
the temple.
But, like-
where we are.
I could use some gold, too.
You can take some of the gold. Just saying.
We can split the rest 5
a,
ways.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit should be.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me just get my calculator out.
How much are you donating?
We should just
A
do
number that's easy to divide by 5.
flat 200
20?
is the we can keep. We can just give them the rest.
So we're going to give them a 73 gold.
82.
Oh, I heard 273 for some
Yeah,
reason.
282 gold.
Yeah, they
Don't
can
need
have
to
the
touch the small
change
stuff,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So just take 200 and divide it by 4.
Oh, Jax doesn't want any.
No.
I pay his bills anyway.
Heyo.
And this is Jax.
She doesn't say that out loud.
Okay.
Gosh.
Then I don't need to respond to Jax.
Jeez.
That's 50 for everyone.
That
50
was a
gold.
generous donation we just gave, but I'm here
You
for
gave
it.
them 82 gold, yeah.
That is a lot of gold. Well, you're welcome. Welcome,
Um,
Temple. Thanks for helping us.
It's much appreciated. And if that's all, and the veil, they're still like standing in front of Dawn, the veil bearers. So you kind of hand them Luke Keel.
Will they give me my feathers?
Yeah, they will. They're gonna like clean the body and like do all the things. So you see them kind of head off with carrying him, like kind of almost like gliding. They're like kind of gently moving, but they move with a purpose. So she says, I'm going to prepare for the ceremony. We will come get you when you're ready. Feel free to take a moment with yourselves, and we should be with you shortly. She kind of walks off.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there like a bench? I'm assuming there is.
There's like benches, chairs. Yeah, there's like places to sit.
Dawn goes and like sits on a bench where she can watch the flame, the eternal flame. She is having a moment.
Figured he's gonna sit next to Dawn. How are you holding up?
Dawn like puts her hands like in her head a little bit. She's like, great. You okay? That
No.
was
Just another day.
So is your shadow friend, can you feel him?
Can I?
Not really. At least not right now.
Not at the moment.
Okay. You kicked some ass in there.
You did too. You got really close to her.
Yeah, I don't think I really kicked any kind of ass in there. In fact, I think I got my ass handed to me on a nice, dark, starry, hell-driven platter. And then I died. And then there was a choice that had to be made between me and my friend by my friend. And then somebody else, you also died. And then you were resurrected via a diamond, which we don't know anything about. And there was these two giant gods standing in front of us who were just delivering. One was in a cage. I don't think anybody kicked anybody's ass except for ours. But, appreciate the encouragement.
Figured he just nods her head.
Have you, heard from what's-his-face?
Oh, no. I forgot I sent the message.
You said that out loud.
I should. Because I genuinely forgot.
What'd you send?
I might have told him that my body was in the wear because I didn't think I was going to make it, which technically I didn't, but then I was brought. Oh, that's going to be a bitch to explain later. Okay.
Dawn has a cheeky smile and starts looking around the room being like, oh, merry man. She's like waiting for him to like pop out of the shadows. She's like, so you want him to come here then?
I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah,
To be quite frank.
Well, you sent out a message for help.
Well, not for help. I mean,
Right.
I didn't know. I mean, if I was to hear something from a loved one and didn't know where they were going, I'd want to know where their body was so they could like, like what we're doing for
Yeah.
Lukiel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Does she have any kind of dirt on her or anything? Like, Dawn wants to just like fix her hair a little bit, pinch her cheeks a tiny bit. Maybe there's a little bit of blood. She just takes it off.
Starts pawing her hand like, what? Why are you doing?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. You look great. Do you want to send him another message and clarify the situation?
I can't. The sending stone's only a 1 day thing.
We are 4 days away, so I guess you have a couple days in case you want to take back what you said and send out I'm okay message, but you don't have to.
I'll send one tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Or in 3 days, 4 days.
Yeah. Yeah, DM.
It's cracking me up that Dawn's like acting like the sending stone is like a letter
Yeah.
where it takes 4 days to get there and then come back.
She has no idea how this works. She just knows that. She just knows that. She's like waiting for Amar to just like pop out of nowhere. And
Well, the message will get there in 4 days. It's fine. And then you can have another one to respond before then.
yeah. She's hoping that like she's trying to get Verity not to send another message
So
before
he shows up.
he has time to show up
Yeah.
and make sure she's okay. You're like, I don't want to.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
None of us do. Yeah. She pats you on the shoulder and then she walks over to the flame to kind of breathe and possibly stick her.
Dawn.
Stick your hand in what?
In the fire.
Oh. First of all, the fire is outside on the roof.
Oh man.
That was the brazier that was lit. There's an incense bowl in the room. If that's what you're trying to go mess with.
Thought there was a fire. No, she'll go watch incense burn. She had more of a moment in mind, but I guess she'll just look at the embers of the ashes of the incense.
Jesus, she's so defeated.
I mean, I'm sure there's like some candles, I guess, if you want some
She
fire.
just goes up to a candle, just like just as like as close as she can.
Ira's gonna, I hope, unsurprisingly, check on Drax.
Okay.
So where is he?
He's kind of like leaning against one of the pillars. He's like feeding like a small like peanut to Cole.
Okay, so he's not. He's in a bad spot, but he's not like in a bad spot because he's trying to find hope.
He's very much in his own little world, though. He's not
Yeah.
like.
So, when is the material plane going to be too much? Because we've seen all the same shit. Honestly, just getting back on a boat, going back to Bountifolia seems like a really good idea right about now.
Death will follow us wherever we go.
Will it? Because right now it seems like we're seeking it out.
Yeah, I guess that'd be a good observation. Yeah.
What's your game plan?
I mean, I'm here. What other game plan is there?
Getting the vibe this might be a bit much for Dawn, so I wanted to check on you too. This is not what you signed up for.
No. Then again, I'm used to the raw hand being dealt. So, kind of just Take it as it comes. Roll with the punches.
Well, what do you need from me for now?
I don't need anything. I'm good.
Denial. Stage 1 of grief.
That's only a 14. You probably rolled your Percy dice, so that's like a 37 and a half.
The 12 plus 6, so it's an 18.
Well, close. All right, well. Just don't check out, I guess. Does Cole look pompous? What's his vibe?
Make an insight check on it.
$18.
I gotta get to his step block.
Because he has one now.
Like I said, say goodbye to plot armor. What'd you roll?
18.
So it's a 17.
Okay.
Um,
And has all your given anything away? Is he acting a little more like, Oop doesn't talk to me?
not really.
Okay.
His chest is a little
And you don't
beefed up.
see anything typically that different from Cole. Other than not anything unusual anyway.
Okay. And it's dusk, you said?
Yeah, it's getting into the evening.
And am I picturing this correctly? It's an indoor,
Mm-hmm.
but there are like archways, so it's also kind of outdoors? Or are there
no, it's
doorways?
just fully enclosed. Yeah.
Fully enclosed?
There's like doorways to outside and stuff.
All right, well, just come get me before they start.
Where are you going?
Just outside.
Okay.
Where's Elliana?
I'm probably under the constellation ceiling,
Mhm.
like just
Okay.
like looking into it.
Aare's gonna go up to Elliana. I'm gonna go outside. Can you get me before we start?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Also noting that Dawn is walking around kind of like looking for little scraps of things. If there's any pieces of clothing or like cloth, any kind of rocks, dirt, just like anything that she can have around. And she's going up to some of the candles and like pouring out the wax into her hands and like making things out of it. That's all.
Give me a dexterity check. Maybe sleight of hand, I guess. Since you're like doing stuff with your hands.
15.
Okay. Whatever it is you're trying to make, it's going well.
Good.
So you go outside. What is it that you're doing outside?
She's just getting air.
Oh, okay.
It's not a big cryptic thing. Nature
Yeah.
feels better than an enclosed space with no ventilation and incense.
Yeah, it must be smoky in
I mean,
there. I really
so
Like-
the dome, there's an opened, like,
Oh,
there's a
it's
hole
open.
in the dome so
Okay.
that, like, smoke and stuff goes out. and
Just
things
assume it
like
was
that.
just like fumigating
No, it's
people.
not like a hookah bar. Like,
Come
back. Dawn's like trying to smoke stuff. It's like, when does this party start?
A couple of the veil bearers kind of like approach like the divided group of all of you, and you see somebody send something to go get Ira, someone, something, some animal or a person.
I would probably go out and get her.
Okay.
And she, yeah.
So as you all regroup, the veil bearer is kind of escorting you guys down like a long kind of curved corridor that's leading to like this chamber. The corridor itself is lined with like candles encased in kind of like in crystalline sconces. Each have that same like kind of ethereal blue flame. The air is still thick with the incense and the blend of like kind of like lavender, myrrh, and astral blooms. At the end of the corridor is an intricately carved double door, kind of surface inlaid with veins of like glowing silver again. The carvings depict the cycle of existence: birth, life, death, rebirth, all cycling a central motif, an open eye with a single teardrop, symbolizing both mourning and acceptance. The doors open, and upon entering, you see this immense kind of domed chamber. It's far larger than like the exterior like chambers and stuff were. The walls seem to ripple like flowing water, though they remain solid. Kind of giving the space like a dreamlike kind of quality. The dome above is another celestial map, shifting, and then at the heart of the chamber is a large circular stone slab that rests slightly elevated from the floor. Its surface imbued with silver runes, and laying atop of it is Lukiel. The mother Severin. Right, there's this floor page is huge. Yeah, Mother Severin is kind of like there, standing next to the altar. As you approach, and she says that this is the Aetherstone altar upon which the deceased are laid for their final rite. The altar pulses faintly with like a soft, like kind of golden glow, reacting to the presence of like spirits that are about to depart, things like that. Surrounding the altar are 12 tall, hooded statues, each representing a different divine figure associated with death, rebirth, transition, fate, etc. Though that they are statues and unmoving, you can almost it almost feels as though with the way that the walls are lined in the room, it's almost like an optical illusion that like they're like cloaks and like the hoods that they're wearing kind of almost have like this like slight movement, but it's kind of like an optical illusion. There is a quiet like kind of waterfall, like that's kind of seen, like it's an unseen source of this noise. It's kind of like off in the distance or something, but with the way the dome echoes, it kind of like carries throughout, kind of giving its serenity to the room. So there is kind of like surrounding this altar is like an arrangement of these, looks like these flowers. They're kind of like have like a bit of a glow to them. And she points out that these are the Lyra Flame blossoms. They're said to guide spirits safely into the next realm. Liraflame. So one of the veil bearers like brings Dawn like the 3 feathers.
She like takes them and bows a little bit.
And you see kind of Mother Sabrina like tracing the like something on like the forehead of Lukiel. Make sure I pull up both these at the same time because I crafted this like intricate ceremony, so I want to make sure I do it right because it's important. So you see that she traces kind of sigils over his forehead and over his heart and says, We stand at the threshold of twilight, where the veil grows thin and the stars watch with patient grace. We gather not in sorrow alone, but in reverence, for to pass beyond is not to be lost, but to return to the current form from which all things flow. She kind of traces the sigils again. O traveler, unbind thyself from the burdens of this world, the weight of toil, the joys and sorrows, the laughter and lament. They were yours, and they shall be remembered. But now the winds call you home. The river sings your name, and the great light beyond awaits. She places her palm kind of gently upon the heart, and the veil bearers all begin again to hum in this like low harmony. It's resonating like through the chamber, and it's kind of like this like almost celestial choir. Be not afraid, for the path is not dark, but illuminated by the love you have left behind. Be not weary, for the hands of the divine now cradle you as gently as the dawn embraces the horizon. Step forward, step beyond, and know peace eternal. She lifts a handful of the leader flame blossoms, their petals kind of faintly glowing, and she kind of scatters them over the body. The runes on the altar begin to pulse softly as though the chamber itself acknowledges the soul's departure. May the waters reflect your light, may the wind carry your memory, and may the stars welcome you home. Go forth, unburdened, go forth unchained, go forth in light. And as like a hush kind of falls over the room, you hear this like faint kind of breeze kind of stir in the air for a brief moment. And the dome above flickers with like a gentle shimmer. You see that like kind of like Jack like bows his head as the veil bearers bow their head. You see now that the runes on the pedestal light up, and you see this like kind of almost like bright white, like ethereal light kind of coming from the pedestal up onto the body, kind of like this large like burning luminous light. It's almost like bright to look at, and you see after a moment his body is gone, and it fades into this like luminous dust that kind of trails off into the air. You all pause for a moment as you notice that the muse is now standing with you, holding the piece of the song in Lukiel's lute. See a tear in her eye, and she says, "Thank you. I'm going to take care of this and hang on to it so it doesn't get into the wrong hands. Such as the prophecy goes, unfortunately, I will have to find another. But I thank you for at least getting me to this point. And one of the 13 pieces at least." She says, "I'm sure I'll see you again soon." And she kind of turns, and you see as she kind of like walks away, she begins to like just like fade out. It's like invisibility.
Are we allowed to step up to like where the slab is? Elliana is just in place of like where Lukiel is. She's going to place her hands by the pedestal and conjure up some forget-me-nots.
Oh.
Just like scatter them across the altar.
And he's gone, right? He's
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna do what I wanted to do.
And from what you gather, it's essentially like this ceremonial type kind of like cremation where it essentially lets the essentially it's often like symbolic that the vessel is kind of returning to the world to allow new vessels to take form.
Or she's going to put down a muffin. But I don't have anything because I was going to burn it with him.
Mhm.
Not just put it there, but like also like let it burn. So in her mind, it's she's sending it with him
Mhm.
for when he gets hungry next. But I don't think because I have searing smite, but I don't want to smite the muffin.
Let's
There-
for flavor's sake.
Yeah.
Let's say you all walked up to this before
Okay.
the pedestal activated. Essentially, he's there before this.
She would put that, or his hands across him.
Mm-hmm.
She would put it under the hand that's over his heart.
Mhm.
Just so when he just goes, and again, in her head, he goes to grab it once he's crossed over. He's like, fuck yeah.
Well,
Are there still a couple of forget-me-nots on the altar?
Mm-hmm. I would say they wouldn't have all burned up, essentially.
Dawn goes and picks a couple of them.
may Flossidus guide him to wherever he is going next.
When you had Dawn brought back,
Mhm.
she pulled a star. Next time you talk to her,
Mhm.
could you ask her which one is Lukiel?
I'm wondering if he's even up there, if they say he's coming back.
We could ask.
But yeah,
It'd be nice to know we can look up and see him.
yeah.
Does anybody think that we'll meet him again?
Well, the
Ira just takes a deep breath.
Not in my lifetime.
Well, not if he's like, Lucio numero uno.
Port of Mar, that the whole thing with Mar happened quite a while ago, so it might take a while for him to come back.
I think that was Lukiel number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our Lukiel was certainly not Lukiel number 1.
How many Lukiels do you think there has been?
Did she ever read that? I don't think Ira ever read that in the journal. I don't know. I don't think it was ever defined either.
I live a long time. I might meet him again. Who knows?
Well,
Just make sure you take him to a buffet.
It'll be my first thing I do.
Buy him a big old ale.
The second thing I do.
I live a really long time. If druids hone their skills enough, they live for a very long time. So
Oh.
it's possible. Well,
Is anybody hungry?
I'm
It's the best way to spend the
so-
evening.
I'm actually very hungry. I could use a nice warm fire and a nice.
Jackson's like, let's get a
Nah.
fucking drink.
Dawn's like, here.
Let's order the craziest thing on the menu.
Like the biggest ale they have.
I want a Philly cheesesteak. I have no idea what that even is.
You know what a blueberry muffin is, so.
So the Mother Severin kind of nods at you all, and you all make your way to the exit of this place. Heavy-hearted, you walk through the streets of the Ware, and you make your way to the tavern and inn that's in Luare called the Golden Oar. Or the Gilded Oar, excuse me. It's built on kind of like a massive barge. It's kind of moored to the docks. The gold trim catches the sunlight, and the soft music often drifts from its open windows. Once you walk in, the walls are decorated with relics from different faiths, and central hearth is surrounded by plush seating. The air smells of spiced meat and roasted fish. And you see a purple tiefling, kind of sharp horns curled back like ram's horns, kind of tending the bar and entertaining the people and the kind of different workers and so of course walking around and stuff. But yeah. So you all grab a table. And sit down.
Don ushers over a waiter.
Yes, what can I get for you?
We have 5 of your most absolutely outrageous thing on the menu.
All right.
Can we also do 6 ales, please?
6, please.
Yeah, sure. And he kind of he ventures off and leaves you talk at the table.
Correct order. Piqued my curiosity as what this man's going to bring back. Not a clue.
Whatever it is, it's guaranteed to be what the ever Lucia would have ordered.
Fingers crossed it's just insanity.
You're getting the
And
tables
huge.
book, aren't you?
I forgot that I put it over there on the book. Continue.
I'm going to miss just waiting on him to make his order.
I will
As
say,
much as it was annoying a little bit.
I will say that is the one thing I will not miss.
I'm going to miss his music.
I'm gonna miss how much of a hoss he was in combat.
I'm going to miss his tiny hut. That was convenient. And had a lot of jokes that tied to it.
His hair.
It was the hair.
There.
It was
all
the
that,
hair.
All that charisma and riz was just in the hair.
I guess.
What's Riz?
It's like, I don't know. What is riz?
No iPhone faces.
Couldn't have just gone with it.
No.
She's like, oh, I heard it on the streets.
On the screen.
The streets. Don't worry about it.
It's thieves' can't. You just don't understand.
Damn.
That sounds weird. Okay, so the waiter brings you back the meads, and you see he sets down 5 different plates filled with frumenti made with egg and almonds. I don't know what frumenti is, but that's what that rolled. Fried carp and pear, cheese,
That tracks.
pheasant, pea, and onion pottage with
Okay.
white bread.
Yep.
Pheasant.
Piss?
Pheasant, like pea, like peas, like the vegetable.
Oh.
Like peas in a pod.
There's pheasant versions? Or is it pheasant, comma, peas?
There you go.
Pheasant, pea, and onion pottage. Yes, it's like
Okay,
3
cool.
different ingredients.
That's better.
And then oyster stewed with onions and pears, served over pasta with
Yeah?
some dark bread, I guess.
Okay. That's quite a combination
That's-
of food. Yeah.
And
Oh, he's rolling again. He
There's
keeps
more.
going.
sea bream cooked with bitter orange and wine.
There's the weird one.
They're all weird, but they're
I
all.
didn't know what any of those words were.
So do we just want to put them all in the middle and just pick?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
pick
So
from them?
no. So you are getting
You each are
5
getting
plates
your
of all of that.
Eat up.
That's on every single one of your plates.
There's 25 plates on the table.
No, there's
What?
5 plates,
There's a little bit of each.
5 massive plates with a little bit of each of that, all
Oh.
on the plate.
Okay.
Is that the most insane thing on the menu? So-
That
You got your protein, you got your sides, and you got a side dish.
Got
with
your
all-
carbs.
all with
Side
main
for your
dishes.
Side.
Huh?
Side for your side.
Yeah.
Is that for your side?
I don't know.
Do we
if
get
I'm
Is
gonna be able
any
to-
of it good?
Don't know if I can finish all of this.
Or do we get to decide?
Coin flip.
It is not.
Ah!
It tastes like sweat a little bit.
Before the waiter goes, Ira requests a just bowl of fruit.
Okay.
She
He
points.
nods and
She points to Oyer.
okay. So he goes and gets the bowl of fruit and he brings it back.
Do we all have our ales?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let everybody raise their glass. Oh my gosh, we all have
Oh my
glasses.
gosh.
Ours is full of coffee, but it doesn't matter.
Do I need to hide it?
I don't know if I can reach.
As
you
long
guys,
as you're
to be
using it
honest.
for
It's okay.
its intended purpose, it's okay.
They have enough branding. They don't care. Well, to a fallen comrade, a fallen friend, and I guess it's confirmed he will live on. Cheers to Lucio.
To the kill.
You look cute. I reached you in spirit.
And Dawn takes the 6 ale and she like dribbles a little bit on the seat, and then she walks out of the tavern and pours it out on the ground and brings it back.
Whoa.
Pours one out for the homies.
Pour one out for the homies. You don't drink enough. You don't get it.
Ira is
Oh.
surprised that Dawn didn't
Chug that.
chug that herself.
Self-control, man.
Since when?
Eliana like takes a sip and she's like, Dawn can have
Because
this.
Dawn knows she's gonna get 4 more glasses. That's why. She's like, she can pour one out for a fallen.
Well, tonight we rest. My family is here somewhere, I think.
In Luer.
Yeah.
You want
This
help?
might sound really rude. Can that be a tomorrow problem?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah. Tonight is for rest.
Okay. Tomorrow morning, though, we're on it. We're right, bud. We're
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere after today.
What do you mean?
I'm taking a nap. I'm not even meditating. I'm taking a nap. Yeah, I never do that. It's not really an elf thing.
I mean, you came down pretty hard from God level.
Yeah, it was kind of a lot. It was kind of a big surge of power, and then it was all gone, and it was... I'm exhausted.
I bet.
Dawn, like, kind of lowers her head and, like, sort of agrees, but also just another wave of defeat. Kind of like recounting the day's events. Last, like, 5 days' events.
Yeah.
Do we have lodgings here? I was kind of unconscious.
This is a tavern. An inn. Just as a-
we kind of beelined it to the observatory, so no.
I kind of just want to turn into a big, fluffy direwolf and, like, sleep outside. for the
Okay,
night.
so the last time you did that, you got kidnapped. Can I have one night of peace?
Can we all sleep in the same room? If not, that's okay.
Ira cuts her eyes to Jax. The decision kind of, for them, sits with
Yeah.
him because he's the one that's not happy.
Fuck do I care?
She didn't say anything. She just looked at you. Jeez.
Yeah, and he got the vibe, and he said, "Why would I care?"
I don't know.
Should probably just get a room for 4, I think.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to share a room, Elliana, I'm down for that.
I just don't want to be alone tonight.
I can be with you.
I'm going to become a big pillow. I'm going to turn into a direwolf. I'm going to be super fluffy.
Oh my gosh, I kind of fucking missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was like, but you're small. How can you be a big pillow when you are small?
You can have the rest of my ale, Dawn. I don't like it.
Thank you. She just takes it and just takes it back. No, no pause.
While Dawn is just like shotgunning the second ale, she looks at Elliana and says, okay, we find your family. How quickly do we go to the Nocti Mountains to find Dawn's family after that? Because I know you're probably going to want to spend time with your family.
I don't know. I just want to make sure they're safe.
Because I know we came here for that. We came here for Lukiel's music, but that's...
Which I guess we don't have to look for it. The muse seems to kind of have that.
Yeah. But then our third thing was
Yeah.
Dawn's family. So how quickly are we going to go and do that?
Dawn kind of pops out of her defeated state and slams her fist on the table and everything kind of rattles. And everyone's probably a little rattled by it. And she's like, no one's going to do that but me.
Oh.
What do you mean?
I want eternal peace. And Lukiel got it today. And from the moment I left home, I haven't had it. I've just been fighting and fighting and fighting. And then you left. And I've almost died how many times?
You did die once.
And then I died. And Verity died. And somebody died and he's dead. He's stayed dead. And we haven't heard anything about the stupid mountains except how hard they are to get to. And we don't even know if there's anything there for me to discover. So I'm going alone to the mountains and nobody's coming with me. And nobody's allowed to come with me. And I will run away from you all if you try and follow me. And that is final.
So you're leaving us.
I never asked to be this person and have this life and have this journey. I came from a place of peace, and then one day it just burst into flames. And I haven't had peace since then. And then my family was taken from me, and then I took someone's family from me, and she looks at Jax. And I don't feel like I had a choice in any of that. And then I met you all, and it's been great, but we all have had to make choice after choice after choice for each other. And now I'm going to be the one to make a choice, and the choice is I don't want anyone else in danger. And I don't feel like I help you guys any single time. I just feel like I'm there to get hit and to go down and to stop from one of you getting hurt. So I hope in the future you all are okay. I'm not going to ask anybody to come with me. I'm not going to ask anybody to put themselves in danger because you don't have a choice. It's my turn to make the choice. I want the eternal peace for myself. And she takes her battle axe that she got while she was with you guys and she puts it down on the table and she slides it to Elliana.
Elliana's just wide-eyed at this fucking axe. She's
Did she pick that up?
I have
Not the big axe, the
Not the
small,
great
the
axe,
battle
the
axe,
small
the
one.
The one she bought. Yeah.
I have sending stones in my inventory. I want to just do a gut check. Do I have the whole set?
One of them was to the tribe leader.
I got it back, though.
Oh.
From her.
The Druid tribe, or no, from Yethra.
Yeah, from Yethra. Yeah, I got that back. After we returned her daughter, I got it back.
Yeah,
So I do have both. I have the full set.
think so. I don't think you gave it to anybody else.
Okay.
In my recollection, so
Yeah, I think so because
While Dawn was going through her whole decision-making process. Ira's like fumbling in her bag, and she finds a sending stone. You push the axe across the table, and she slams a sending stone on the table next to you. You didn't hold us back. You weren't in the way. You've had the chance to make the choice the entire time. Shit goes sideways. You need us. And you don't call. I will find you and I will kill you myself. That's a promise.
Dawn is not laughing.
Yeah.
Do you know how to use that?
That's a no.
One time, when I was in Bountifolia, you said something to me. I just think about you, right? And then I say some words.
No.
Well, I don't want it. And Dawn puts it. What? Gives it back to me.
It's back. Ira gives it to Elliana for Elliana to give to Dawn.
Dawn gives it to Verity.
You're taking this because this is not going to be a goodbye. This is a see you later.
Don't be a stranger.
And also, I've been learning a lot about the balance of the universe. And you say you want eternal peace, but, you know, life doesn't come without waves of grief and disturbance and loss. There's also peace, but you can't always have peace. So,
Life is seasons.
Well, hopefully this season of death is coming to an end. She takes the sending stone and she puts it in her pocket.
Now,
She
do
leans
you
over.
know how to use that?
That's what I was just about to ask.
well, hopefully the season of death will be a little bit more over since, you know, the literal god of death is, one of them is, you know, taken care of. So,
The other one's a good guy, we think. Assume.
yeah.
Maybe. Who knows?
Plus, you're attached to a dragon.
Dawn smiles and she's like,
You have to touch the stone to make it work.
okay,
25 words or less.
okay,
Once a day.
okay. To anyone?
Well, because I have the other one.
Oh. Dawn is so...
She hits things hard.
Yeah, she watches everybody do magic and she's like,
Even though every time she gets mad, she creates magic.
magic.
She doesn't know how it works, though. It just happens
It
around
is
her.
very obvious that Dawn does not have many choices in those moments. I mean, she does, but at the same time,
Yeah.
she's like, it just happens. So then Dawn takes out little tiny figurines.
All the
And
things you were making and
Mm-hmm. And you see like flowers, and then you see Lukiel's feathers are attached to it. And she gives a little arrow to Ira. She gives a little fist to Jax. She gives this flower face to Elliana. And then she hands what looks like to be a person, a red person to Verity. And she's like, this is you? All by yourself with nobody else in there but you.
Verity starts crying.
Aww.
Thank you. I hope you find your peace, Dawn.
How good are you at returning things?
You got
Okay,
something to say. Say it with your chest.
I'm not going to trust you with this book then. Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
What are you talking about? I don't want it. Is it magic? Just leave it.
It's just a book about the stars, but
Oh,
I
it's
have to
so
return
nice.
it, so I don't want to give it out unless I can
No,
return
I
it.
don't.
To the library?
Yeah. I told her I'd return it. I have 3 books I still have to return at some point.
Are you asking me to return it for you?
No, I was just saying,
I will
like,
if
when we, like,
one last favor. As long
meet
as
again.
no giant gods involved.
Could you imagine
or-
the late fees?
Like 20 episodes ago, I borrowed 3 books from the library, and I was like, I promise I will return.
I remember
these if it's the last thing I do.
Pretty sure that was the library in Bautifolia, I think.
No, it was
No,
it
it
was
was
before
Oh,
that.
Corson? Jesus.
I think it was.
Damn.
a place you have no.
It might have been in Dustwater. I don't know.
That the rinky-dink town of Dustwater has... Okay.
Anyway. But, yeah, okay. Okay.
But I'll look for you in the stars.
Well, I won't be up there, but thanks. I'll be right down here.
You're a god at one point. I'm pretty sure you're. Or I can send
Hey,
me a
you can
message
look for the
somehow.
archer, though. He'll always point you in the right direction.
Good.
He's the first constellation.
She tends to push people in the right direction, but yeah, okay. Point 2. I'm referring to you as the archer.
When you find your family, she's gonna hard pivot. When you find your family, if you or they are in need of anything, just contact Port of Mar.
Okay.
Or just go there. Safe place for people needing asylum.
I think I need that.
It's warmer than the mountains, though.
I'll shave.
You're like picturing Dawn without her beard, and like what, like
Fur,
what,
like her hair.
What would that look like? Like, do female furbolgs without beards have baby face?
I mean, not all furbolgs have beards.
Ira
Like-
doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Ira does. I think that Dawn would have been
A
the first.
lot of them do, as though they got a lot of hair.
Mm.
So are you staying for one last sleepover or what?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna. I think it's a good day, and that way you can. I'll start new.
You don't even want to sleep?
I'll sleep. I was on my own before I was with all of you, so I'll be okay.
Have you seen that limp?
Just but not with the track record I have, and I recognize that. So just get that out of your mind. At one point, I did like to sleep in the wild without things trying to attack me. A weird chain of events have happened since then. I don't know why. So, let's finish eating this stuff. Maybe one more round. And then we'll get some rest.
So you're staying?
No, I'm gonna. How many times am I going to have this argument with you? I'm gonna sleep in the woods.
Verity's gonna take her drink and raise it up and say, "To Dawn Heartsmead, our very own princess."
Oh,
And my favorite drunk.
that's so sweet. That made me cry. Cheers.
Oh, okay. Doing this again.
I don't have any coffee left in this.
I don't know. It was a drop.
It's in spirit. Okay, so you finish the food. You have another round. You all get up from the table. You give Dawn a hug. You all say goodbye. I just get Dawn. Exits the tavern.
Before Dawn leaves, Elliana wants to like
Get down here. Get down here.
Eliana's 5 foot tall. Dawn is 8 foot tall.
She's like in a deep sumo squat.
And she's gonna reach up and she gives you a little forehead kiss.
Oh,
See you later.
Dawn wants to try and convey a thought.
Because I'm a plant.
One last time.
Okay.
Please. Imagine me get like a nat one.
Oh my
Do I
god.
have to roll for this? I'm not even sure.
I don't think so.
So she like puts her. Todd's gonna. Yeah. Todd's gonna put her fingers to her temples like this, just stare at Elliana, and just try and be like, "You're the best. I love you so much. You're the best. I love you so much." And she like says it out loud. Trying. Just so intensely.
Are you okay?
Did you get my message?
I love you too, Dawn.
Oh, yes. She's like so proud of herself. God damn. She gives everybody else a hug and starts to make her way, feeling a little bit more proud of herself.
Okay. So she exits the tavern.
She finally communicated with plans.
Ira's gonna lean over to Verity. Should someone tell her? We're just gonna let her have this one.
No, just
Let her have
let
this
her
one.
go. Just let her go.
Okay.
Let her have her moment. She's trying to be a real princess.
Trying to speak to animals and plants. She like looks at a tree. She nods at it. Give it the sunburn.
Yeah. And you all make your way to, you get your lodgings, pay for it with the, arrangements of the barkeep, and you all hunker down for a long rest.
I turn into a dire wolf and I snuggle up next to you, Verity.
I just like hug you and
And you all level up, by the way.
wow, thanks.
I was gonna say we fought a god. We
I
better.
know. I was like waiting for that whole time.
And we will be right back after this break. My name is Justin Fussell. I am the Game Master for Off the Beaten Quest. Outside of being the Game Master, I do a lot of writing, world building, filmmaking. Me and my wife, we run Imagistorm Productions together. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun just incorporating a lot of the world building and writing that I do into this, building this campaign overall. It's been really interesting to kind of take the filmmaking background and kind of apply it to being a game master, because essentially a lot of like the players are the actors and you're setting scenes and you kind of just let them freeform in the space versus just any like preconceived dialogue. So it's a lot of fun just to kind of see, you put the situations in their hands and just kind of see what they come up with. I enjoy playing D&D with this group because they're like my found family. It's been, I love everybody that sits at this table. It's been a lot of fun to just be able to kind of build this world with them together. A lot of the way I incorporate this with a lot of the players and the story and stuff has been a lot of collaboration, seeing how their stories intertwine with what I have planned and vice versa. It's going to be a very interesting to see how the people receive everybody. Everybody's got its own different flair, and the way that this team is made up of very colorful characters, I think everybody's going to love them. They're going to find something to laugh with and have fun with, and it's going to be really good. In the campaign, I play a lot of the different NPCs, of course, but the main one that I play is Jax. He's a fighter monk druid, and he came from a tribe of changelings that existed in the Fey realm and kind of had some backstories with different things and different interconnected characters. He's become a love interest and boyfriend of Ira's character. And if you want to know more about Jax's backstory and kind of how it's interconnected with the whole story, you can always check out the prologue. I chose to do a homebrew setting versus an existing campaign just because it was something where I could kind of really just expand and create a universe. I wanted to have something that I can build upon. I honestly like to be able to throw twists and stuff at the players. I think that's the biggest thing I think is really fun. There's a lot of ideas of what's going to happen, where things are going to go. Just as much as they can improv in a setting, I can do the same, and it kind of allows for a lot of really good back and forth. Definitely, if you've checked the prologue, there are some things that happen in episode 62 that is a little bit of an Easter egg that even the players haven't figured out yet, which has been really nice. But it's going to come back around eventually, and it's going to be a really big aha moment. But I think that's one of the biggest things to look out for. It'll be a very blink and you'll miss it kind of moment. But other than that, just being really on the lookout for a lot of just the backstory and the things and how this is going to be building up to as we get into the next arc of the campaign. So they can find us on any of the major podcasting platforms, as well as our social medias and Twitch and our YouTube.
My name is Allie Goodell, and I am part of the filmmaking team on this podcast. I record all of the video for the intro, for us playing, things like that. I went to college for film, and I'm actually very interested in getting to do more with that. So this is a really good experience for me to start experimenting with my film cameras and all the equipment that I have. I feel like at first, when I started with this project, there was a lot of push and pull because I, as a person, like to hover and be involved with everything. So trying to work as a team has been very much a learning experience and learning when to step back and put myself in. So it's been interesting figuring out the dynamic, but I'm having a really good time, and learning how to do this all for the first time, really putting together a podcast, has been fun and interesting. I really like playing D&D with this group because it's not just playing D&D. I feel like I'm part of a big family. Every time that we play, we have a dinner together and we kind of just hang out a little bit, and we have a little break session and we get little desserts, and it's just like, you know, hanging out with mom and dad and the siblings. Allie F and Justin F are kind of the mom and dad of the group, and I love them so much, and I have a great time with everyone. It just really feels like a family here. I feel like this campaign has very great homebrew essences. I feel like they would love Bountifolia especially. That's one of the most interesting islands we've been to so far. I feel like there's a lot of life to this campaign and the world building, and I think people are going to be very interested in what kinds of different places and NPCs that Justin creates for the campaign. You can find us at Off the Beaten Quest on all podcast platforms, as well as Twitch and YouTube, and you can also find us on our social medias.
Hi, I'm Allie Fussell. I am doing all of the marketing, project management, keeping everyone on track to get Off the Beaten Quest out into the world. For me, I got to work again with my amazing husband on this project. He is the world builder in this incredible world, so being able to work closely with him to bring his vision out to the world, in addition to being able to collaborate with our friends, it's been such a fun project for me, and also being able to flex all of my skills that I have from my day job in this as well, to push this project out has been a lot of fun. Honestly, one of the things that is the most fun about it is hosting everyone every week. We do play in our home, and one of my favorite things is being able to make dinner and also bake something from scratch for our players every week, and just having that time with them before and during our breaks, during sessions as well. And also, these people are friends. They are my closest friends. So being able to have this experience with them, not only just playing the game, but also being able to share it with the world, has been absolutely amazing. I think the audience is going to really enjoy the campaign. It has all of the classic elements of a D&D campaign with our own spin, with our diverse cast of characters. You can find us on all major podcast streaming platforms, in addition to YouTube and Twitch, and all social media, which is linked in the caption right down here.
Hi, my name is Nina Neubauer, and my role with the podcast is to be the personality hire. I am here to be that person, just to be the most and the loudest and the craziest, and I think everyone's okay with it. No one's told me to be quiet yet, so I think it's going well. Outside of being a player, I am currently an assistant manager at a clothing retail store, but in the past, and hopefully again in the future, I have spent a lot of time working for Disney. I've done it in the US, and I've also done it overseas in Japan and China, which has been the most wonderful experience anyone could ever ask for. So fingers crossed I get to continue to do that, and I want to continue to perform in some capacity. It's just finding out what that looks like in the future. What I enjoy most about playing with this group is how serendipitous it was. Because I actually came back to live in the US after living in Japan for a little while, and I unpacked my D&D dice, and I got really emotional that my last campaign had ended, and I was really sad. And so I literally hopped on Facebook and made a post that was like, I'm a fairly new player, I'm really looking for another campaign to join, blah, blah, blah. And I got connected with these guys, with Justin and Allie first. And then it turns out that everyone's wonderful. They're so hospitable. Allie makes dinner all the time, and she always makes a treat. Justin builds this entire homebrewed campaign on his own, so there's a lot of work that's done in the campaign, and you can see it, and it just feels like a wonderful community and family that we get to come together every single week. That, I mean, completely found out of the blue. It feels like it's supposed to be. We all bring something different to the table, which makes for such a good group. And so everybody will have something or someone to relate to. And not only that, but honestly, one of the things that I love about playing D&D is inside jokes. When I do explain D&D to people, I basically am like, it's an improv game of fantasy where we just do a bunch of inside jokes all the time. And that's something I think the listeners will enjoy, is being a part of all of those inside jokes together. You can find Off the Beaten Quest on all major podcasting platforms, including YouTube, including Twitch, and don't forget to follow us on social media.
Hello, my name is Sarah Matlack. I'm kind of a flex role, and so I kind of jump from task to task, just wherever people need me, I'm there. It's been a lot of fun getting to work with everyone from various different backgrounds and personalities too. Getting to come together and create something magical, I feel like, is rare nowadays, especially with this much inspiration that just comes from each other, and we get to kind of almost feed off of each other and kind of help each other out in that way, which is a lot of fun. I love the bits and how they keep circling back with basically every session. There's a couple that Lukiel and Dawn do throughout the sessions, and the bits, just the absolute laughter that comes with this group is what keeps me coming back. I think they're gonna have an absolute blast. Again, going back to the bits and the total chaos that comes from this group, it honestly surprises me every time, which is hard to do. You can find us on all major podcasting platforms, including our Twitch, YouTube, and other social medias.
All right, welcome back. We are back for part 2 of session 74. Everybody leveled up, so go ahead, and if you guys want to talk about what you leveled up and what your hit points were up to, and
Who's gonna start?
Fuck it, I'll go first.
Okay.
I am sitting at a nice even 100 max HP, so it feels pretty good. I took another level in Druid. I'm full Druid through and through. Druid level 9. Yeah.
Okay.
And I unlocked level 5 spell slots.
Nice.
I went up to 84 hit points. I am so low, I am scared. If I ever lose an item that is on me, I chose to go up in Rogue because I'm just not a spellcaster, even though I'm a warlock.
Okay.
This is Yira. I'm a paladin fighter. I took a 3rd level in fighter, so my HP is up to 94. I took the Battlemaster subclass with bait and switch, parry, and goading attack. As my maneuvers. And apparently, Allier has a stat block that I am not privy to. So, who knows what class he is?
A secret.
He doesn't.
Probably the class of Cutie Pie.
Monsters don't get classes. That's not how that
He's
works.
not a monster. How dare you?
Okay, creatures don't.
How dare you call him a monster? Just because he scratched Verity in the face doesn't make him a monster.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jax leveled up 1 level in Fighter, and he also took the Battlemaster feat with Riposte, Trip Attack, and Precision Attack as his ups.
Does he look like a monster?
He is level 10 now, because he's always been 1 level higher than the group. But yeah, so 6 monk, 1 druid, 3 fighter. Love my multi-classes through and through. So the music is more intense than I think it needs to be. Okay. But as you can see, we are 1 person short. As Dawn has left the group, we reconvene with our adventurers at the top of the morning, where after a long rest and well needed so, everybody gathers back around to reconvene in the morning in the tavern below, take on the next part of their journey.
I think even though elves don't sleep, last night, Era fucking slept.
Yeah,
She
I would think so
also
too.
drank.
Yes, she did drink. last night.
Not like she didn't bevel.
True,
Yeah.
true,
Yeah.
true.
Okay, so you all come back down, like I said, to the tavern. You meet at the table, have breakfast. And what do you do?
So,
Do you know where we might be able to locate your family first?
Don't know specifically.
I didn't get specifics, right? It's just Luer.
question.
Yeah.
Because we did it in Bountifolia. Since we know they're in this plane,
Mm-hmm.
could we find someone to cast sending on them? To get them to meet us
Yeah.
somewhere?
Probably if they offer those services here.
I mean, I would. The sheer nature of just.
Would the
I think so.
observatory might be able to help? Since there's the same goddess as you?
I mean, we could try going back there, see what kind of services they offer. Yeah.
So that might be our base bet.
Is the sun shining today?
It is.
Finally.
Well, to the observatory, I guess.
I'm assuming we've already eaten and all done all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys had
Yeah.
just met at the thing to sit down and do all that, but we can.
Do we want to grab a quick bite to eat? We can do that now.
Yeah.
Just a quick bite.
You get it to go?
Yeah.
Or do we want to sit down and munch?
I think Elliana's waited long enough to find her family. So if everyone's open to grabbing it to go,
I'm good with that.
I'm down.
Okay.
Piece of toast.
Eliana's mood is very muted this morning because not 1 but 2 party members are now gone, and she's like,
Only
Yeah.
one's dead though.
yeah.
True.
Dawn is wandering in the woods.
I wonder if she got kidnapped last night.
I wonder if she ran into direwolves again.
Yeah, I'm not really there to protect her this time.
Maybe a squirrel family can help her.
Mira looks at Cole. Are all of you that badass?
He just looks at you.
Blank, beady little eyes.
And you see, as you guys are walking out, you see, Jack's and then you guys are, heading.
You alright?
Yeah. I slept on it weird.
I wasn't there for that. I don't know this.
So, you guys are just walk out of the tavern.
I didn't punch him.
No, that's not what I'm.
Shush.
Well,
Whoops.
So, yeah. So, we all leave the tavern. So where are we heading?
To
Observatory.
The observatory.
Okay. So you are walking through the where it's not busy. The streets seem much more alive. This is essentially, I want to say it's like a weekday, if I'm not mistaken. So like there's a level of like hustle and bustle. People are, kind of going about their day. The ambience of Luare is very much like it's tranquil, but like it's still like kind of busy as far as the town and stuff. As you're walking through the streets of Luare, you notice a sorry, that music was just so like
Intense.
so intense. I'm like, no, we're just chilling. We're fine.
We're vibing. Breakfast
So-
on the go.
You're walking through the streets, and kind of not long after you see what looks like a traveling kind of like fortune teller, kind of like sitting outside. They're kind of beckoning for passersby to like have their tarot read. And it just seems like people are kind of like ignoring, given the religious nature of like the town and stuff like that. They're not kind of subscribing to too much of that. But
Is there any like signage or anything outside this person's?
no, it just looks like as if she's kind of just like standing on the streets, just kind of like with a tarot deck in her hand, and kind of is like looking at people as they pass by.
Are there any crystals with this
Elliana?
tarot person?
Like, she's not selling anything. She's just a woman standing there with a tarot deck. There is no blanket. There are no wares.
Eliana,
Yeah.
do you mind if I take a quick pit stop? I mean, I can meet you guys up there, but do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eliana's kind of curious too, like, because like she before she really developed in this plane, she was like a crystal. It's like,
Mhm.
oh my gosh, the divine, and blah blah. So she's like,
Okay.
I would think that this morning too that Ollier's not perched since the sun is out. It feels nice, It's kind of like feels like almost like a fresh start of a day. He's like flying, like with the group, but like just
Okay.
like overhead. It's like keep him in a box all the time. And then I'm gonna go over. I would think he would probably come and like land
Lands on your shoulder as you
at
kind
my
of
shoulder
approach.
or like at my feet.
ground,
like
yeah. Caroline, can you come to the table, please? So you approach this fortune teller. No, you're good. Get settled by all means.
Headphones.
Yep. And go ahead and describe who she is approaching.
Okay. So Sable is a human girl. She has blonde hair and it loosely falls from like a messy purple veil. Little strands come around her face and like she has these bright sea green eyes. She's adorned with these like gold jewelry pieces through her hands, her hair, her neck, all of it. Right now she has like layered skirt on with a fitted armored bodice over a white blouse. She has a whole bunch of jingles and jangles all over her waist, held by like a little brown belt, and she's holding the tarot cards in her hand, and the cards never seem really still. They seem to look almost like they're wanting to speak.
Okay. All right, so Ira approaches you. What do you say?
How much for a reading?
You know, if I'm honest, I didn't really think about prices.
Well, can I get one? My party's been through a lot, so some insight on what's ahead would be useful.
Okay, so Sable's gonna look at her deck and then carefully back at Ira and just kind of start shuffling her cards ambiently. And then the first card she's gonna pull is the 10 of Swords. And from that card, she's gonna kind of look at Ira and she's gonna be like, a blade met fate. Someone you fought beside. You carries the weight of many losses.
Well,
And as she's kind of going through, she's watching you.
Are we seated?
Yeah, absolutely. If you're comfortable sitting.
Aryer's gonna flutter up
Oh my goodness!
Okay.
onto her lap at that point.
Who's this?
This is Aryer. He's my hop owl.
Oh, this is so cute.
I love her. I love her voice.
Does it bite?
Not me.
Sable's gonna reach her hand towards that little owl across the table, I suppose.
What does he do? Does he take the pets or does he nip at her?
He tries to nip, but it doesn't hit.
They're feisty. So feisty.
He gets it from me.
I see that. She's gonna kind of exhale softly after that with a giggle, and then as she does that, the Two of Wands is gonna be what she flips over next, and that's kind of gonna be where she exhales and she says, "Ooh, yet not all losses come by a sword. They saw this as a path they had to take. They left."
Elliana's like, she's like, her ears are perking up. She's like tiptoeing a little bit forward, but like not all the way.
Ira's just waiting for her to finish the reading because she has these like preconceived notions of what like divination is, and it's like she doesn't want to give the reader anything until it's done.
Okay. Well, then she's going to keep going. So Sable's going to go ahead and she's going to pause as she pulls out this third card. And as she pulls out this card, she's actually going to be like hyper-focused on it, almost like forgetting you're there. And the card is almost going to kind of hum to her as it touches the table. And she's going to look up at Ira and say, "New path. And now is the new call." Sable's gonna pick up her cards and she's going to put them in her pocket, and she's gonna stand up and she's gonna look exactly like you at you, and she's gonna say, exactly like you. She's gonna look exactly at you, and she's going to say, "You are exactly where you are meant to be, not by accident but by fate, and I'm coming with you."
Who's with Ira at this point in time?
I feel like Eliana's like 7 feet behind. Like she's not. She's like
I feel
there.
like the group wouldn't have walked away.
Yeah.
Like,
Verity
okay,
was
never
not
mind.
going to leave Elliana.
I'm like
there we
edging-
go now, Paladin.
Whoa.
What?
Like I said, it is a fate.
So our friend,
Your
one-
friend is, God.
one of them, died, but apparently didn't die, and is coming back because he's part of like, I don't know. And then the other one, she has family stuff. She's figuring out.
Hey, Ira, you're saying a lot. What's happening? What's going on?
She's joining us.
What?
I'm coming with.
I didn't. She just said made the decision on her own.
It is fate. It is fate. Our gods may not share a temple, but their fates are intertwined anyway. So I'm coming with. I'm Sable.
You know,
She's weirder than you.
Excuse me. Oh my goodness, must say. All right.
I don't know how to feel. Because I feel like I'm looking at myself from the past.
See?
But now I've become
You were weird.
disillusioned.
You were weird.
Roll a persuasion check.
My first roll.
Do you want to use the clacky one?
Yeah.
Well, there's our other soundbite.
You said a persuasion?
Yes.
Persuasion?
Oh, persuasion.
Sacre bleu.
Ooh.
It's gonna be be a 7 plus 6, and I do little math on my fingers, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
13. You're gonna have to try a little harder than that. Looks like they are not convinced.
What are your cards saying?
That someone died and then they're gonna come back and then something about something. She didn't really say the last one.
No, you're reading the cards wrong.
Okay.
It's actually my job, so I'll just continue talking. Not to be rude, I just have different mannerisms than you.
I like her.
Ira is like feels like embarrassed. Like, is this how I come off to people? Is this how I am? Oh, got some work to do.
So it looks like
Yes.
someone died. Someone is dead.
Isn't that what I just said?
Yeah, but they're not coming back. They're gone. Forever. But the other one may. They chose a path that they thought was good for them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that made room for you to move on to your next endeavor. And I wish to be a part of that
This
endeavor.
sounds really accurate.
Sounds sketchy. That's Jack saying
Hello.
that.
Is he doing big scary dog in the corner, like
He's got his like hand on
trying
like
to be intimidating?
he just looks unimpressed.
Mm.
Well, what? How are we intertwined?
So, my cards tell me that for some reason I have to go with you. And if I don't go with you,
Your compacted pieces of dead tree
you wouldn't get it.
are telling you to come with us. They're not telling you why?
There's a little more to it than that. My stepmom Gren also she's not like fully like into tarot, but like she mixes a tiny bit. So there's more to it than just like a dead tree. There's energies in them.
And my energy is of my sweet veiled one.
Who?
My sweet, my lovely, my veiled one.
What are you? What? Who?
Did your like husband?
Oh no,
Die?
no. She's not my husband. She's
not my husband.
You see, she is the one that granted me this power. The one to read the cards. Because if you haven't noticed, I am simply a woman.
Yes. A street beggar, and is telling us now all of a sudden she needs to come with a bunch of adventurers that she can make a penny off of.
Can Sable see something about Jax, or
I
does
don't-
anything come through the cards to kind of?
Give me a Arcana check.
Oh shoot!
Well, Jax, I'm not seeing any money going around. I don't even think she charged Ira.
She didn't.
I mean, if you look around, we're the only ones that look like us. And you see, like, literally that there's, like, adventurers are not, like, within the common purview of whatever thing, like, around you. It's all, like, either villagers, religious people, religious, like they're essentially their version of, like, police or guards, which are, like, kind of, like, they look like the same armor, like, crusaders would wear and stuff like that from, like,
So like
It
paladins.
was only 11.
it was only 11. You're sensing a dark cloud. Very much the chaos, just energy coming from him in the sense of kind of turmoil and despair.
So the one that died was your lover.
No, not necessarily.
Okay, now I'm a little more skeptical.
Well, they meant a great deal to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the rain falls on you. The rain falls on your face and you look sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He always
It-
looks
it,
sad.
Like looks it's like it's not raining. Like
He always looks sad.
It's a metaphor. Oh, what is the word for depressed? That's the word.
I like
Just
her.
let me come with. Because think about it. I could, if I wanted to just follow you, I would have picked someone with less armor.
She's looking at you.
The card that like pops out of the deck is the temperance meaning, but it's reversed.
Above table, I have no idea what that
I was
means.
like,
It-
this
it-
is my
it's-
guidebook.
It's symbolic for lack of balance.
Get in the guidebook.
I think I have it in my purse, my guidebook.
You're just like me for real. I'm like, Elliana knows everything about flowers. She knows everything about flowers. She knows a lot about crystals, but I'm like, Allie, G, me, I do not know
I'm
about
a little
these
out of
things.
practice. I get it.
Nice.
Noise,
Yeah.
noise. And that's how my whole family finds out that I read tarot.
This is Allie, the master tarot.
So it's in the
Temperance.
major arcana, and it's the temperance meaning reversed. It goes for extremes, excess, or lack of balance.
Are you really sure you know? I don't know if you know what you're getting into.
I haven't said she's coming.
I'm just saying.
Well,
saying,
it doesn't matter
like,
what you say because I'm coming. Because something is so out of balance, the scales are like boop. You know what I mean? Boop. And if the scales are whoop, maybe having me will make it go whoop. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, even if we did decide you wanted, we're coming with us, there's been a lot of death and destruction in our path, and I don't really
Perfect.
want to sign anyone up for that. Naughty.
My bad.
Question. Could you tell us where her family might be in the city with your reading?
That's a good.
I mean, if it's so accurate with everything else, could it tell us if we're nearby or not?
Do you have sending spells?
That's a character sheet. They don't look at me.
For real?
Yeah. Do you have sending spells?
Not about the spell stuff.
Oh, you didn't choose your spells.
No, I did.
Okay.
I have. Would it say sending?
You're either
I
sending
have
or
locate
message.
object.
I mean,
If you have
Are
something of that.
Elliana's mother's objects? I don't think they're objects.
no, but if they're like,
But what
have,
if
like,
they're
a
wearing
necklace or
something? Yeah, yeah.
My mom does wear a necklace.
I do not envy you.
I don't have.
Having to manage all that?
No sending or
Absolutely.
message.
Nope.
Yeah, clerics and druids you throw the entire spell list at them, and then every single day you choose which ones you want.
Bump that.
That's why I have to think about shit all the time.
She could make
Do
a guess, or well,
Do you know where we can go to cast sending?
Are you from
You-
here, or are you just what?
Am I the only one that sees that this person is just like chilling on the side of the road?
Hey, we're just
How are we
trying to.
supposed to know?
We're just trying to find.
We
any
better be
just
off
asking
asking
for
any of these people.
directions.
oh, watch this. You will trust me.
Are you trying to charm me?
No, I don't have
That's
charm.
so
I was
funny.
saying.
That's so good.
You have command.
Yeah, but that's mean.
I mean,
Grovel. Oh my goodness. Ooh. I can. What I can do for you is I can make this whole little area full of no lies, no single lie,
okay.
and then you can see that what I am doing is for your own good.
Okay.
Okay. I'm doing
Zone of truth.
What
Okay.
does this look like?
What's the so
just
what
go-
does it look like when you cast a spell?
So I want to imagine that she actually flares off a tarot card on the top of her deck, and it's gonna land at the middle of their feet, and it's almost gonna have like a blue haze that envelops us, like a shield bubble, but of truth telling.
Does it
And
have
it's
a
on-
color?
So the king of swords like flies out of the deck in her hand, and it comes up and it creates this like energy that kind of goes out. It comes out upright, I should say.
I know what that is.
I have a whole like
quickly.
It's head over heart, discipline, and truth when it's upright.
Mm.
I have the tarot. I have tarot cards, like the thing all pulled up right here of what they
I
are.
should do that, and I
can
haven't.
Control F for a word. So
Oh,
if I need to have it, give her flavor, I can do that really quick.
Let's use yours because yours is probably the
I will
the
prep
OG
for that
main deck.
better.
It's just off of some website, but I'm like control Fing to finding certain words, and I can pull it within certain contexts.
I don't know if the spell changed to the newest edition, but I believe we all have to make wisdom.
We have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Can we choose not to?
I think we can willingly fail it.
It says until the spell ends
Jack's won't.
magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius sphere. And then until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there makes a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
On a failed save, a creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in the radius.
What's the DC?
15.
21.
18.
21.
Wow.
Just a second. Just a fucking
Oh wait,
second.
all I have to do is fail it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
True.
I've been rolling like a doo-doo donkey, so I'm totally down to do this. Okay, fail me now.
God damn it.
Okay, it's a 2.
Did you fail?
No, I wanted
Oh.
to use my woe on him, but I didn't roll for it, and I rolled wheel, so I couldn't use it against him. I wanted him to fail it, but I couldn't do it.
You want me to fail it?
Yeah, dude,
That's
I want
crazy.
I only
Jax
need to fail.
fail.
You want Jax to fail?
Yeah, he needs to be honest like all of us. Anyway, I didn't roll yet because I was
So
focused
roll
on
your charisma saving throw.
Verity failed.
So you failed. Okay.
So it works out.
Aurora also failed.
7.
So Elliana fails. So Elliana and Sable are now like the only like completely. You failed too.
8.
So okay,
Sarah
so
did too.
you all failed.
Wait,
Fucking Jax.
what's the modifier on it?
15.
your charisma saving throw.
Yeah, it's charisma save. So you.
Yeah,
like,
no, it's a 9 total.
Wow, I'm the only one that succeeded.
The only person was supposed.
I know the other person
Wow.
that wasn't supposed to. So now all of you have to be completely truthful. and-
Technically, it was for Sable though, just to be like, hey guys, I'm honest with you guys. So it worked out.
But I think this will also be funny if you all are honest about
With
things
each
that
other.
usually aren't.
Do you wear wigs?
No.
I haven't yet.
I think you have some proving to do to that one.
How are you all not?
I think it's easier to prove to you guys.
Well,
Fair enough.
he's
We're all
the
one
final
group.
decision maker on this one. He's the one that's the most reluctant against you joining the party at the moment. So
Where do you get your powers from? Your divination from?
The tarot cards.
But like you said, that she. Does
Yes.
she have a name?
My deity, the veiled one.
Oh, she's just like the veiled one. Like she doesn't have like she has like an
it's
accomplice.
a stupid name.
Oh. That's not very nice.
She failed the throw, guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the zone of truth.
That's not very nice.
Sable's gonna start to tear up at that one comment.
Honey, you want to stay with us? You got to have a thicker skin than that.
No, I don't.
Stay. Like,
I haven't made a decision, but you need to.
why me?
What?
You're the one that always throws the commands around.
What exactly?
Why should I not go with you guys?
'Cause we don't
Because
know
we
you.
just had someone die and someone else moved on, and everyone else that's joined my party, including that one, has died.
So you are the bringer of the death.
Sure,
Okay.
It follows us.
Oh, like
Yeah.
a scent.
follows me longer, but yeah.
Perfect. So this is actually great because what I do is I stop death.
Oh no. Verity says that.
Yeah.
That's good for you.
I make death not happen.
No, that's not good
No,
for her.
that's not good for me at all. Oh, my patron's gonna hate you.
How long does the spell last for?
It means she can't.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
But it
Okay.
means she won't be.
You just gotta stay far away from me while I do my thing.
So it's a yes.
She doesn't have a choice.
Hold on. This is a rules lawyer question for
Yeah.
logistics. If it lasts for 10 minutes
Uh-huh.
and it talks about like the start of the round, does the Do
They
we
only
need to
get they only get one save.
Okay, I was gonna say, do I need to make a saving throw every 6 seconds because
No.
I'm technically starting in the zone?
No.
Okay.
Probably just for combat.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, just making sure.
It's like when you enter it. For
I was
the
like,
first
I'm like,
time,
oh,
you
I
make
gotta
one.
keep rolling for this.
Nah.
At any rate,
I just don't want anyone else getting hurt.
You seem soft. You can't protect yourself.
and we don't know this person.
You guys
You're the
didn't-
one that's been
you
on
guys-
me to be nicer to people.
You guys didn't know me.
Yeah,
Still being
and-
nicer to people.
It's,
Ow!
you know,
I showed up in a crate and you guys just like let me in.
I
you
stole
helped us
from y'all.
You helped us from dying against a shark person.
So I have to help you do something?
I cast
It's
speak
not
with animals.
transactional, I guess.
It can
but-
be what? It can be transactional.
I cast speak with animals. Cole, what
Yeah?
do you think?
Oh, does Cole have to roll?
It's a natural one.
Fuck yeah.
He loves me.
He thinks she's cute.
I'm with the master. I think this person is weird, and I don't know this person.
Sable's gonna try to take her finger and touch his little belly.
Do not touch my belly.
You have to ask permission.
Yeah, permission. Do
Consent is important.
You
Oh.
can't understand him, can you?
you have to speak with animals?
You don't have to speak with animals, so you're just hearing a bunch of squeaks, but Ira can hear all of this.
He doesn't do non-consensual belly scratches.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Can I?
As you should be.
She's really embarrassed.
Oh, might I touch the stomach of the squirrel with wings?
I would prefer if you didn't.
I don't know what he said.
That was Jack, so
Oh.
you do know that.
Can you protect yourself?
Ira pulls out a dagger and goes to not injure her, but to kind of like check her reflexes to see like how she can hold her own.
So you go ahead and roll for the attack.
And I'm using a dagger.
Yeah.
That will be a 24 to hit.
24 to hit. So that definitely hits given your AC.
Yeah.
But you are able to block it because one of the cards, the 5 of Wands, reversed, like comes up out of the deck. And when it's reversed, it stands for avoiding conflict. So essentially, when you go to like essentially stab with the dagger,
Yeah.
the card comes through and you stab like almost like you're like as you're stabbing through the air, the card like stops and you end up stabbing through the card instead. So your attack did still land; it just landed on the card, not on her.
Thank you, milady.
Did you do that?
No, it
So-
is fate.
So you can't protect yourself.
Oh my goodness. This one. How do you?
She
I'm
didn't
still new
like
here.
me at first either.
I'm being nice. That's my boyfriend.
I suppose if I cannot come with, I will follow you around like a lost dog.
That's kind of weird. That's
Yeah?
weirder than if.
I mean, would it hurt just for our time here?
I think
It could be helpful to
Here
have.
is
it's a trial
have
run.
I
It
guess.
could be helpful to have a local.
Yeah. Well, you didn't say you were from here, did you?
Not originally.
How long have you been here?
Originally.
DM.
Zone of truth. Zone of truth.
Give me a history check.
I do think our vetting process is becoming much more strict than when I joined.
Hey, as long as you don't steal from anyone, they won't. Well, I can't.
You got pinned in a net the first time.
Yeah.
So
And you got arrested. We didn't take you with us because
I
you
did-
were good.
I
We
did
just
not-
put you in cuffs and brought you in front of the Emperor.
did I get arrested?
By
Did you
Ira.
arrest me?
Ira tried to.
Mm-hmm. Because you tried to steal a platinum bar. It didn't belong to us. Belonged to the kingdom.
Yeah. So technically, if anything, our vetting process is becoming a little lax if we're just like, yeah, sure, come on with us. What did you roll?
I rolled a 19. 18 plus 1.
So you've been in this town for I want to say at least a year or two, if not more.
Okay. A year or two.
Okay, so you,
I mean, it's longer than we've been here.
yeah, you know where some services are around?
Sure. Yeah. I can't lie.
Like a sending specialist.
On an 18, do I?
Uh,
I thought you said it was a 19.
A 19. An 18 for
let me look through my Luere document.
Luere?
Lo, where are we?
So the
Yep.
It's twice. It's two of them.
I know. I was saying I didn't think of ahead of time.
the veiled one. What?
I'm sorry, red clown lady. What did you say?
Red Cloud Lady? What does that mean? What does Red Cloud Lady mean?
I said, I'm sorry. I am not from around here originally.
Zone of Truth. What does Red Cloud Lady mean?
It's not cloud. I said clown because she is red like the clown.
Okay, I am a tiefling first of all. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I come by this naturally. I don't paint it on. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, it's very pretty. And you are very pretty.
Oh, well, thanks.
Well, I can't lie.
She turns more red.
She turns more red. Flips her hair. What was I saying?
I don't know what were you saying.
Barry just looks like.
Are you flustered?
Am I flustered? I don't know.
Zone of truth.
How old are you?
Yes?
How old are
Damn.
you?
29.
You flustered, Verity?
I have a man at home, thank you very much.
At home.
Damn.
Well, he could be on his way here.
Oh my gosh, I need to say it.
She said at home. She's at home with him.
Oh my gosh.
That's so sweet. And she's not lying. She's telling the truth.
Aww.
Do we need to take a minute so you can let him know you're alive?
What's hilarious too is I'm gonna send this in the true circle.
That's what I know. That's why I'm like, all right, what do we got? What are we cooking here?
Oh my gosh, it's canon. Okay. Verity like realizing, oh shit, it's the next day. Pulls out the sending stone, like fumbling it. Oh, that's on. And goes, I'm alive. Yay! I did die. Ira brought me back. That's it.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Okay. So that message goes out to Amar.
Ira.
What?
Oh, wait, no. We couldn't hear that, right? That's in your...
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no.
Verity says it out
Maybe
loud.
She says it out loud.
Verity
yeah,
says
so-
it out loud. She
Ira,
doesn't say
she
it
said she
internally.
left him.
Oh, she does say that out loud?
Well, we knew.
Oh, I was going to tell you.
Me?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So, I keep forgetting this. I can't lie. So, Amar killed his mother.
Do you have that same crazy eye right now? The crazy eye you're making right now? Does Verity have that crazy eye?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. What else?
Like, do you know that?
I mean, context clues, it's not that hard, really.
Can I ask you another question?
Sure.
Have you ever killed anyone that we knew?
Yes.
Oh, no.
I'm thinking this was a bad idea.
I don't think so.
Who?
I don't.
Oh.
Zone of truth. Zone of truth.
Technically, you don't have to say it. You just can't say a lie.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
I-
true.
Lie of omission is still a lie. The court of law.
I mean, I don't know about the court of spells.
Your questioning makes me very uncomfortable.
Well, I've been dying to know.
Those are the wrong words to say, but I
They're
guess.
the perfect words. Still want to join us?
I think yes.
Look, nothing's
Why
gonna
am I
make
the sensible one?
nothing's gonna make you happy. We bring her with us, you're gonna be unhappy. We leave her behind, or maybe she could have been useful when we left her behind. There's no making you happy right now.
I'm a delight.
How does it feel?
Don't think
Why are you being rude?
He's always like this. This isn't new.
Yeah.
her taking along, I guess, for like a few days, like wouldn't be an issue. We can see if it's like a fit. I'm not approving. What?
I don't know. Do whatever. I don't care.
Okay. I mean, I feel like I don't know.
You could use another weird friend.
As long as this one doesn't kill her.
Boy.
That's true.
I don't know.
Very, like-
You almost like the whole big thing was with you was killing all of our people. So
Oh, that was a whole dream.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, she could kill you in the middle of the night. You cool with that?
To die by such beauty hands is nice for me.
By the order of a patron?
you're just telling everyone's business, aren't you?
I can't help it.
The Three of Wands reversed like pops up out of the deck and is facing you. It's when it's reversed, it's obstacles, delays, or frustration.
So, my deity is getting a little annoyed. So, I don't want to make her sad or anything. So, I will tag along for a few days. And if you guys like me, then I tag along for a little longer.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
That's what we did with Verity.
The Two of Wands reversed like flies in front of Jack's like his face. Out of like the deck, and it's for fear of change, playing safe, or bad planning.
She likes you.
Great.
So, need to find this one's family.
We
That's
will
on the
sniff
checklist
them out.
today.
Yes, that is the highest priority of the day. So,
After that, we're a little lost, though.
You lead the way, Paladin.
no. Where do we go for sending services?
Oh,
Roll another history check.
Or location
Another-
services.
18 plus 1.
Another. This is not
Another
good for
one.
me. This is scary.
Maybe I should prep my spells for the day to something
17.
different, you know?
17.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of different sanctuaries and like temples in Luare. As far as if like they offer like like sending spells or like scrying, things like that, like any type of divination, that's like you wouldn't know that information. You don't know what like schools of magic, like these different like clerics and or like you know, heads of churches and things like that kind of subscribe to. But you do know of like a few different like shamans, like healers, things like that, druids, archivists that like potentially like either could have access to those spells or know somebody who would.
I has list of place we can go. A few places.
Lovely. Lead the way.
Okay. Sable will, I guess, lead the way with a little hop and a skip, but she's also going to be murmuring things to the whole group for them to answer, like, what's the favorite color of each person? And things along that
Do
line.
you do art? Why do you want to know that?
I feel like it's been 10 minutes, by the way. So.
Perfect.
I don't know.
My favorite color kind of changes sometimes.
Oh, why?
Like when I'm in my spring form, I really like pinks and purples. In my autumn form, it's more like greens. What?
You become other?
Yes.
Right now, what you see is her autumn form, which is like kind of like orange, shorter, like orange, wavy hair with leaves like scattered throughout, light orange skin, golden eyes. Yeah.
I'm an Eladrin elf, so I change sometimes. Depending on like moods or like stages in my life.
And the weather?
Sometimes it really depends. Some people in my druidic family, they change based on like the weather, but some change more based on mood. It really depends on the person.
You are very, very cool.
Thank you.
We're almost there.
You brought them to the Mossy Steps. It is a sprawling tiered garden cultivated on an artificial hill rising out of the swamps. The gardens are dedicated to deities of harvest, growth, and renewal. Sable brings you to a stocky half-orc with moss green hair, missing a right hand with a wooden, so it's got like a wooden prosthetic kind of covered in vines. She says, "Hello, how can I help you? What brings you to the Mossy Steps?"
We're in search of if you have any sending abilities to contact anyone.
I mean, I got lots of things for flowers and gardens and things of that nature. I don't specialize in growing plants, but not sending messages. Sorry.
You know, I could stock up on some stuff here, but that's unrelated.
It's up to you if you want to make the pit stop.
I kind of want to make the pit stop.
It's your family, so.
I mean, when in Loire.
Did they say that?
Yeah, they do here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Does anyone say, where in Loire are we?
Why would they say that?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I guess.
So it's kind of like a gardening
This guy.
center
Ah!
almost.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Gonna stock up on some strawberry seeds. And do you guys have any more like adder's tongue? Any more lavender?
And he kind of like, she like looks over and around, and she kind of is like, "Yeah, I got some dried lavender bundles and fresh out of the other stuff though."
Oh, any basil?
Yeah, I got basil.
Okay, I'll take some basil then as well.
While that's happening. So, Mirror's going to whisper to Sable, so, this is a garden center.
So the thing is,
Do you know what sending services are?
is where you send flowers to the deceased.
Dude, that's so good.
Perfect.
No. We need to send a message.
Oh, why didn't you just say so?
I didn't realize that in this day and age, I needed to be that clear.
How long have you been on the earth? Or on this place?
Significant more amount of time than you.
Okay, so for you, just a baby.
The chariot reverse, like, kind of like slides its way out of the deck. It's a lack of control or lack of direction.
Yeah. Who does it present itself to?
Sable.
I'm sorry. It was my miscommunication.
But the Hierophant reversed presents itself to Ira. Stands for rebellion, submersiveness, or new approaches.
Outdated systems, yeah. Ego-based leadership.
Mm.
She likes you.
I don't even know what that means. I mean, she taught. She's like wherever the hell Verity is in this whole thing. She started to teach us sign language. So, you want us to understand this?
They're doing sign language at the table for the audio only.
Yeah, for our audio only listeners. Yeah.
Cool. I hate that.
She doesn't understand it.
It's like all she knows is boss listening. That's all she knows.
What were you saying? I'm sorry, I got distracted
She
by the pretty.
Was teaching us sign language, and if you're gonna, we decide you hang around.
Mm-hmm.
The veiled one's gonna keep with the cards.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know what it means.
Oh, so you want me to teach you?
Maybe.
Such confusion. Okay, it means you are stubborn asshole.
Is that what it means?
No,
I was gonna
that was
say,
just me
'cause
trying
that card
to
looks
be
peaceful.
You hurt my feelings, so I try hurt yours, and it didn't work, and that's okay.
Certainly a lot more than that to hurt my feelings.
You take the deck of tarot cards and you flip over the top one, and it's the 10 of Wands reversed. Inability to delegate, overstressed, or burnt out.
IRL 2, bro. IRL 2, man.
You were stressed and burnt out.
What gave that away? 100-year-old bags under my eyes?
Oh no,
You're
you're not that old.
She's 125, 127, yeah.
Well, I never asked about your age. I didn't know.
See, look at the benefit it is to have me on the team. You will learn new things.
This is going to be interesting.
It's the enunciation that I am absolutely in love with. Learn new things.
Before you got to Luer, where else have you been? Please hold.
She's like, I'm researching my character.
Lordock.
I am from the village of Merkinshire. It's next to Mar, but on the other sides of the mountain.
Mar.
Ooh! Did I strike something?
Elliana.
Yeah.
She's like
With
goes,
bundles of my basil in my
Yeah.
Yes. Ira goes and takes some of it for her. So she's weird.
Yeah. And
And Sable, for you, you flip over the next card, and it's the 5 of Cups, upright. Loss, grief, self-pity.
I'm not next to you.
And yeah, I know you have your book, so if any of these are wrong,
No,
correct
no.
me,
It's
yeah.
this guidebook. I have slightly different relationship with it than the core rules. So
Who was with me? Was that directed at Sable?
That was after you cut the look to her about when like the whole
Mhm.
Mara thing was brought up, and she
Mm.
walked away.
Got it. Oh,
I feel like we're all a little weird.
speak for yourself.
Okay. I think I'm a little weird sometimes.
Everyone's weird for thinking I'm a princess. I'm not even a fucking princess.
I know you're not a
Just a
princess.
lady.
You're a lady. Yeah.
By the way, I just wanted to tell you that Stella was great while you were dealing with your stuff. She was worried, but
Yeah.
she was fantastic.
She helped a lot. We figured out how to communicate back and forth a little bit.
Yeah. Keep her close. She's a good one.
Yeah.
She's cutie patootie, too. Almost as cute as Alyer.
You trying to say something, Ira?
Look at him! Look at that face!
Fair enough. Well,
Do you think we should keep her? Or do we need to go pick a fight with somebody? And go fight some, like, ghouls or something? To see if she's worth her snuff.
Well, we've talked to her and known her for about 30 minutes now, so I think it's a little too soon to tell. Also, I feel weird vetting people because I also joined after you, like, I wasn't here from the beginning, so feels weird for me to judge someone and when, yeah.
I just feel like I need to talk to Nylea to make sure that this goddess, the veiled one or whatever, isn't psycho.
That's a good point. We already have,
She like looks over to her.
Well, I'm kind of talking about your stuff. I don't want another one of those.
Yeah. I think Flossidus is pretty well vetted since
We saw her.
We saw her and we helped, eliminate. I don't even know if she's actually gone. I don't know if the Endura's gone or not.
How about this? Let's find your family.
Mm-hmm.
Let's figure out what the fuck we're gonna do next. Because, by the way, little secret between me and you, I've been on a bigger mission because I have this whole thing
The
with
Marine
this
Heart thing?
shithead brother of mine I need to figure out.
Oh.
And
Did
yeah,
I know you had a brother?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
This could be new information for you. I have to tell so many people. I shouldn't be telling anybody, but
What about that whole thing with the guy in the ship that got away with the Marine Heart?
That's
a
it's
whole
probably all a thing.
because we kind of got subverted a little bit when we went to Bountifolia,
Mm-hmm.
and then we ended up here.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get back to that at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you looking at me, DM?
I'm just listening. I'm listening.
So
I mean, we don't really have much of a clear path now because, Dawn's doing her own thing and Lukiel's thing is out of our hands now. So, I mean, guess we could try to do the thing with your brother. The Marian Heart seems like a lot, but also we literally did a bunch of God stuff.
the brother thing happens with the Marian Heart thing, I fear.
Okay.
I don't know for sure, but if I gotta do some basic math, 1 + 1
Hey, there you
most
go.
of the time equals 2.
Jax.
What? Jax already
It's party
knows.
meeting.
Jax already knows.
Yeah. What?
What?
Just trying to figure out what to do next.
Why are we whispering?
Why are you asking me? I don't.
Because you're part of the family.
All right, but I don't give a shit what we do.
He's grieving.
Okay.
Figured he flips Jax off. She break her finger.
He casts Thorn Whip and kind of smacks the tip of your finger. 'Cause I rolled a 20, and so essentially you flip him off, and he kind of flicks his finger, and a vine shoots out of his finger, and it flicks the tip of your middle finger, like Spider-Man.
You fucking flip them off again.
That's a 25 to hit.
Get the freaking picture, all right. Still rude.
I just figured, since you're along for the ride, I wanted to make sure you knew what you were signing up for. What if you wanted to do anything.
I'm still here, aren't I? I feel like everything I've been through since I came to this material plane, not surprised by shit anymore.
It's kind of a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the same page there, but
At least you came here sort of willingly. I kind of just jumped shipped, took on a whim, and then fell face first into a fuck ton of shit.
Tried to tell you.
I mean,
Did you even know at the time?
Thought what was gonna transpire. Not that good. I'm not this person.
Technically, I didn't know what I was getting into either. I was literally just told by my freaking goddess.
Wannabe goddess.
My usurper, corrupt goddess that my family worships. I thought everything was gonna be fine, and I was just gonna like spread stuff and like spread Florenia, and then I was gonna like get rid of the lich and then go home. I didn't think all this was gonna happen. So
What is that? What happened to you?
what's
Oh,
happening?
my neck's just fucking killing me. Ignore me.
Do you need some heal? Like,
Oh, I'm good.
you want me to look at it?
No, it's fine. What'd you roll?
Insight, but it was a 5. Well, plus just 9 total for doing that, for doing rollies for it.
I mean, I got a straight 13 without any modifiers, so.
I'm gonna come in here and cleanse your dice to only roll badly.
Oh, yeah. That's we'll see.
Can I? This is gonna be weird. Elliana is like, she's like, something's up with Jax. I don't know what. I'm gonna take out my which I've never used this, my rose tinted spyglass, and I'm gonna like point it at
What does that
him.
do again? It's been a minute since I gave that fucking weird hodgepodge.
The spyglass allows its user to view the world through a pink lens. All creatures with the permanent ability to shapeshift glow softly when seen through the spyglass. For example, it will reveal druids, shifters, and mimics, but not polymorph creatures. I'm just looking at it to like see like if I can detect anything weird with him.
Yeah, I mean, he can shapeshift, so he's glowing, but he's not like
Yeah,
in any weird form or anything.
just sitting there with the spyglass. I'm like,
Is there something wrong with him?
he's just glowing.
I want to say since she detects magic
You want?
on Jax.
Okay. There's no save on that, right?
I don't think so.
No, it just happens. He said
Detect
some-
magic.
He sent something magic on the back of his neck.
Was I there for that conversation?
No.
Yeah.
Nope, you were asleep.
Oh, I was.
Yep.
Do you say anything?
Jax, there's something glowing on the back of your neck.
Okay.
What's that?
Nothing to be concerned about.
It's causing you pain, dear.
Yeah. And I'm handling it.
By saying, ouch, my neck hurts.
No, I'm allowed to feel pain. What is that, like a crime?
I'm gonna shoot my spyglass at Sable just to make sure. I'm just like, now I'm sus.
Nothing's glowing.
Okay.
What school of magic is it? Because that's part of the tech magic. And if an effect was created by a spell, you learn the spell's school of magic.
It's divination.
So this pain is divination, eh?
Canadian? A Southern Canadian? What the hell?
Yeah.
So it's divination, eh? I guess.
Sable,
Yes.
there's some divination magic going on the back of his neck. Do your cards have anything about that? That could help him in his pain. The poor thing.
What is it, like a chip?
You want to? He's got a short haircut.
Let me.
No, it was something where like the hair is over it. But
I can hold him.
I can squeeze it.
I
Maybe it will
don't
come
think
out.
you can.
Probably not, but
you can certainly try.
Let's not in this nice botanicals.
don't tempt me.
I say Dawn learned the hard way. So
Are you still collecting things? I'm following Elliana around. Are you still collecting things?
I feel like I would have bought stuff by now.
Okay.
the 7 of Wands comes up upright in your deck, which is perseverance, defensive, maintaining control.
Jax, you are being either controlled by something or you don't want to lose control.
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, I did what you asked.
Fair enough.
I guess.
What are you trying to fight for control?
Myself, I guess.
Over what?
The inevitable sense of death that follows us.
That was heavy.
Yeah.
It's the cloud of despair filled with raindrops. Sable
and
clocked earlier.
Fighting the compulsion to beat the shit out of people that piss me off, I guess. I don't know.
Oh my.
You got some anger issues you got working
Yeah,
on there.
well, you know.
Yeah, this needs.
We all have
therapy.
our vices.
Yours is your fist.
Well, I mean, I'm ready to bounce.
So are you gonna try to lead them somewhere else that might
Yeah.
find?
Yeah, she's gonna try to lead them somewhere.
While I'm doing this, while I'm following, I'm gonna cast. Because I prepped my spells for today, and I was like, I could fucking prep that. I'm gonna cast Locate Creature.
Okay.
Can I guide you on that? Does it require that or no?
Are you casting it to find your family?
I'm gonna try. Yeah.
Was that spell prepared when you woke up this morning?
Well, I hadn't prepared anything from downstairs, but I was like,
I'm gonna level up.
I hadn't cast anything either
That's
yet.
fair. That's
so,
fair.
let's see. Yeah, I describe or name a creature that is familiar to you.
Lillian. I'm looking for Lillian.
And I sense the direction to the creature's location if that creature is in 1,000 feet of you. If the creature is moving, you know the direction of its movement.
Yes.
Okay.
And it lasts for up to an hour.
Okay.
Do you want to fly?
I could certainly fly, yeah.
Let you cover more ground.
It's true. What if I lose you guys, though? I don't really know this town very well.
Maybe we just stay on foot. That didn't work so well the last time.
That's true. We got kidnapped last time.
See?
I don't. Okay, well, her family, her rules.
Chaos. Everywhere.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
The spell, after you cast it, points to because it's the mangrove sanctum is kind of, because it's built around an ancient mangrove tree that's it's kind of off to the edge of the where, so it's pointing back towards the center of town.
I think I got a ping where she is.
Ping.
Cool, we'll follow you.
And she's moving, but within the city, so it's not it's the arrows kind of changing direction, but not
Yeah.
Ah, yes, I predicted that.
Did you? I don't think you did. I think I just did that myself.
Hey, you are very smart, and I knew that. And that. What?
the
You're just saying shit at this point.
the 5 of Wands upright comes up on the top of the deck. And it means competition, rivalry, or conflict.
Shh.
Shut up, guard. Shut up.
You were lucky she knows not what you mean.
Aw, I picture it as a little star glint that she can detect a little magnetic star that she's going towards, little sparkly star.
I pictured an arrow.
I pictured the house moving castle ring with Sophie's it points out.
Like a compass arrow where it's like the Jack Sparrow compass. So you guys head back into town. And you're walking for at least 5-10 minutes before you kind of get back towards the heart of Luare.
Guys, I don't know what I'm gonna do when I meet them again.
Probably gonna cry out of excitement.
There's a moment where, as you guys are walking through, somebody you guys are kind of walking in a group or whatever, kind of you normally would, walking through different people and different things, and a larger kind of I don't know, think a Goliath kind of species, where it's somebody larger, very brawny, shoulder checks, kind of bumps into Jax's shoulder, and for a minute they kind of look at each other, and almost kind of what the fuck, you just ran into me kind of thing. But Jax turns back to kind of continue to walk. The Goliath doesn't turn back. He continues to look at Jax, and next to him is a small kind of halfling girl. And they turn and kind of catch up with Jax and kind of grab him on the shoulder. And then you see so those were all hits, by the way. So you see, and this is you catch it out of the corner of your eye. You hear people kind of a commotion that kind of, since all of you have a pretty above 15 passive perception.
Mm-hmm.
You all turn to see as the Goliath comes up and goes to grab Jax's shoulder. Jax grabs the hand, switches into a tabaxi, flips around, uppercuts the Goliath, jumps up as he turns into a Haragon, hits down as a Minotaur, elbows the Goliath in the face as a a lizard folk person, and then changes back to himself and then fist palms out, knocking this Goliath 15 feet backwards.
Coyote's never seen this before, has
I
she?
have
She's never
not.
seen him do this kind of shit.
And this is something I don't think you've ever seen his shapeshift fighting style before.
Maybe I haven't. I don't remember.
You did as
Elliana
Cindy, but
has
you
it.
didn't as
Yeah.
Elliana. But Ira has.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a level of fighting intensity that you haven't seen in Jax at all. He's usually just making hits and stuff. And he essentially knocks out the Goliath. The Goliath kind of gets knocked back 15 feet and falls on his back.
Mm-hmm.
And the halfling runs over to the Goliath but changes forms into what you see as a base form of a changeling, as the Goliath kind of reverts back to its normal size. And give me a history check, Ira.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Plus
Nice.
8.
You recognize this
I would also like to know if a 21 hits. 21.
on who?
That Goliath.
He's already down.
I don't give a fuck. 21 hit?
She's gonna punch me.
No, I'm not.
It does.
All right.
Are you going to shoot an arrow?
No.
Because you're not close by any means, by the way. You're probably 15, 20 feet away from
It's fine.
Jax.
I have 60-foot range on my daggers. It's 11 points of damage.
Okay.
on the Goliath?
It doesn't down him, but essentially
That's fine.
hits him in the shoulder.
I want the Goliath to know he's not just coming for Jax.
So
That
this is-
Jax is not fighting that alone.
right. This isn't a Goliath though.
I know it's a changeling. I'm aware of that.
I know. And if you let me finish, I'm getting to a plot point before you throw daggers like you've done before.
Well,
Blessed be. You recognize this as he was the head of the fighters or the sentinels or whatever they were in the druidic clan that you had saw
Even better.
a while ago from Jax's past. And next to him is, I can't remember her name.
Mr. Pickle.
Next to her is the... So this was Vaughn, the head of the Sentinels, like the older one that was... And there was one... Remember the freaking... There was one that was specific to something. I'm trying to find her name. I'm reaching back right now.
Deep cut.
This is a deep cut.
Deep in the lore.
Oh, and also, because I leveled up, I could prepare more spells, so I didn't take any off. I just added to what I could prepare for that day.
I think as this is happening too, Verity's just going to ready her daggers, not knowing what's happening.
I think it was Varks. There was one that was like poised to be the next person that was supposed to be on the council, but I can't remember which person it was. It was a long time ago.
That's okay. We can say a name and then, like,
Retcon it later.
Yeah, we can
later
retcon
if
it.
it's not.
Yeah, I think that was that. Yeah. So it's like this small kind of androgynous female presenting slate gray skinned kind of middle-aged changeling, long and wavy stone gray hair with white highlights, kind of medium plate armor, as she kind of like grows from the halfling, kind of like grows in size as she looks over at Jax. And you recognize this person as well. This was the person that essentially was to take Yoon's place after Yoon's mother passed away. It was kind of like the next head of the Seekers that would be on the council of this the Druidic clan. And she looks over and says, Jax? And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
What?
Thank you so much for watching Off the Beaten Quest. We appreciate you coming through with us on this journey, and as we look forward to the next steps in this journey. And we thank you so much, and we will see you in the next episode.
Bye.